Yeah.
Yeah, back up in this bitch, goddamn me. I ain't even seen. I ain't even know you about to push the button right there. Shit, we back. Goddamn me, just talk a little boxing, man. We had a hell of a trivia tournament this past Saturday. That shit was crazy. That shit was epic, man. Goddamn me. Brooklyn Child, salute. What's going down with you, bro?
Salute, fam.
What's up with you? Yeah, that shit was crazy, man. Our team two had jumped out to a big lead like that. And then team one had came back, man. Hey, when Rod X the champ, Carla Jenkins, and Xavier the boxing nerd came up in this motherfucker. Say, man, they turned that shit around. That was a badass three-headed monster. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Brooklyn Child, man, I saw that you got some videos up, man. I got to go check them out, bro. I'm gonna be over there. Dante Watkins, what's up with you, man? Salute. What's going down with you?
Salute.
YG Knight.
In the building.
G Gia, salute to the corner. What's up with you, bro? We just came to chop it up with y'all a little bit, man. Talk a little bit of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We was behind us. Me and Marlo was talking amongst each other, and we were trying to think of like the biggest wins in recent boxing history. We would say like the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just one thing I noticed about boxing is that it's not a young man's sport no more. Because you got so many fighters like when they come up, when they want to fight fighters, they'll tell them like, who have you fought? What have you done? You know what I'm saying? And by the time you have done all this shit, you 30 years old or better. You know what I'm saying? When you a young man in your early 20s and shit like that, you don't get a chance to have them opportunities. And when I've been sitting up and I've been thinking, the Charlo brothers, to me, they both have two of the biggest wins in boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? But that win over J Rock for Jamal Charlo, that is an underrated win. They fought each other when they was both in their 20s, in their primes. You know what I'm saying? And look what J Rock has accomplished since then. So you can see what type of quality win that was. That win that J Rock had over Hurd, that was a badass win. Two fighters in their primes fighting for two belts like that. You know what I'm saying? They deserve props for that kind of shit. I think we Marlo had said Andy Ruiz when he fought against Joshua. That was another bad one. Went out there and beat a fighter that's in his prime. A lot of fighters like they be getting a lot of props off of beating fighters that's in their 30s and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we want to come chop it up with y'all a little bit, man. My bad, running my mouth and shit. 88 Sports Talk, what's up with it? Salute, what's going
Salute,
down?
fam.
Foul player, what's up, bro? What's going down with you? Say family, do the honor and Trey X. Appreciate that shit, man.
Salute,
Ava
L.
Torres, what's up with it, man? That's a young boxing aficionado. What's going down?
In the
So
building.
what's up, guys? Lots of love from OKC. Where you was at in the trivia tournament this Saturday, man? We had a badass tournament, bro. We had a lot of questions and shit. That shit was fun. That motherfucker Xavier the boxing there came and got him a chip. And it was crazy because Nutra Natural, he had got out to a big lead, but his phone had ran hot. So it felt like the star player from another team had went down with an injury. You know what I'm saying?
Like KD and the Warriors. Huh?
Yeah. L5 player, Mac Marlowe, King of the West. Goddamn me. You
Salute,
already
fam.
know. Brooklyn Child, my man said I had a Japanese dude in my comments telling me Anoa is better than Earl Spence. The hype is real, goddamn me. I mean, I will give him credit though. He did put himself in that tournament and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these fighters they ain't even trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I gotta give him some kind of props. He go out there and he win this tournament. I know he going against Donaire, but let me tell you something though, bro. I got a funny feeling about that fight, man. I have a funny feeling about Donaire versus Anoa. I know this shit sound crazy. That motherfucker, Donaire, he got a magic carpet ride to the finals with the injuries and stuff like that. But just his fighting experience, the fact that he didn't take a lot of damage in the tournament, and the fact that he got power, you know what I'm saying? And with Anoa, he throw a lot of hard punches, man. His punches all come hard, they come fast. It's hard to do that shit for 12 rounds. If that motherfucker don't there take him late, man, he might catch him one of them check hooks like he put on I can't even think his name right now. Man, I hate when my mom be doing that shit, man. Hey, who was that dude that annoyed hit with that check hook back in the day? God damn, man. Haplotype, my man. What's up? Ava Torres said Julian Williams fought his ass off for those belts. He deserves a good fight. Hell yeah, he deserves a good fight, man. Square business. Hey man, much props and salute to them folks, man. that's fighting when they're young instead of waiting till they in their 30s and shit, man. For real. Haplotype say, how's it going? Marlo, Trex, and everyone on the corner. What's going down with you, man? Shit, we good. Good as the government checking this motherfucker. We wanted to come chop it up with y'all a little bit. Raphael Good, what's up, fellas? What's going down with you, homie?
What's good with it, man?
Yeah. We just up in here talking this boxing shit. Hey, Haplotype, you still in here, man? Why you didn't come through the tournament, man? On Saturday. That shit was player, man. We had a whole bunch of fun with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all tell me in the chat though, who is some of the biggest wins that's been in boxing recently? You know what I'm saying? That people don't get enough props for. Brooklyn Child said the don't never be Sonoy. I'm talking mad shit. I had these Japanese cats talking all types of bullshit to me. Hey man, do not be surprised, Brooklyn Child. I'm gonna tell you who Annoy remind me of. He remind me of the guy that Maurice Hooker fought in the fight before his last. I can't remember that Mexican cat. God damn, the one that had that big ass fight against Galifianakis or whatever his name was. So that was a knockdown drag out fight. I can't remember his name for some reason right now, man. I'll be on that gas and shit. I know a Roughhouse was here. He'll know because he picked that fighter to beat Maurice Hooker, and we talked all kind of shit with each other. You know what I'm saying? But that's who he remind me of because he come out throwing all them each type of punches. Like everything is hard and real fast. Alex Salcedo, appreciate that, Abel Torres. Yeah, he come out and he throw a lot of like each punches, like real fast twitch type punches, and they got a lot of power on them. Matter of fact, he dropped Maurice Hooker in that fight. You know what I'm saying? But Maurice Hooker, he was able to get up and weather the storm, and then all of a sudden, when them eaches started to slow down, Maurice Hooker was able to catch up to him with something. You know what I'm saying? So I see a little bit of that in the noise, man. It's hard to go out there and throw punches as fast and as hard as you can for a long extended period of time, man. So we'll see, man. Let's see what happens when he get taken into deep waters. Goddamn, the alien, what's up with it? So where the hoes at, goddamn? We ain't on the hoes tonight, man. We chilling.
What's up, alien? Salute, man.
Yeah, what's going down with you? Haplotype said was with the girl and the kids. Sorry, I missed it. Goddamn, family duty come first, my brother. All day long. I ain't mad at you. We gonna have plenty of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit was fun though. It was just player how team one was able to come from behind when that three-headed monster came up in this motherfucker. Ava Torres said boxing is a lot harder than some people think. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, some people think it's just basic. You go up in there and try to take a motherfucker head off. You got to be able to set them shots up, and you got to be able to last the duration of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, I just see that shit with Annoy, man. I just see him throwing them punches like that. I just want to see what happens when they go to deep waters. Brooklyn Child said people are already throwing him in the pound for pound conversations. He's a good fighter, but pound for pound, no, I disagree. What you think about Annoy, bro? I know you over there sharing the stream and stuff like that.
Shit, I think he's decent. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta see him move up to at least 30, 130, or what's that? 126 to put him anywhere near pound for pound. I say 130. He had bantamweight. You know what I'm saying? He knocking shit out though.
Yeah, motherfucker, down. He hitting hard, man.
I think he's a fighter, but I don't think he's ready for the pound for pound, top 10 pound for pound yet.
Yeah, Rod, that's the champ in this bitch. What's up? That's a two-time champ. Hey, champ, I was just telling them how you and Carla Jenkins and Xavier the boxing nerd had that big ass come from behind win in a trivia tournament. Goddamn me, three-headed monster in this motherfucker. That shit was player.
Champ, good with you.
Yeah, 88 Sports, I'll say the biggest win for me recently is Ruiz beating the fuck out of AJ. And AJ, we don't have a lot of respect for him overall, but he was a fighter that's in his prime. You know what I'm saying? He was an Olympic gold medalist. So, yeah, that was a huge-ass win, man. Square business. Brooklyn Child said Harrison beating Charlo was a good win. It was. The only reason that I didn't put that out there like that is that it was a controversial win. It was close. It could have went either way, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? To me, in that fight, what really made it like go Harrison way is that Charlo, whenever he did something, it was at the beginning of the round. Like he would come out, he would jump on Harrison, try to put something on him. And then by the time the mid-round come, Harrison to kind of get back in the round. And then he might put a little flurry or put a little combination on Charlo at the end of the round. And I think that helped him steal some rounds. If it was the other way around where Charlo was closing those rounds out a little better, he would have beat Harrison. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't put that off in there because it's controversial. These other wins, they wasn't nothing controversial about them. Shit, they were just ass whooping. You know what I'm talking about? Rod X the champ, y'all read that Brooklyn child said I completely agree with Marlo. Goddamn. Ava Torres said Anui is a monster, but he definitely got some more fights ahead to be considered pound for pound. Yeah, he a monster, man. He got good skills. He got good skills, but the only thing is you need that punch variety. You can't throw everything the same speed, the same power. Once you move up and start fighting better fighters, they gonna be able to get your timing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just curious. I want to see what's gonna happen with him in goddamn
Yeah.
Donaire. You know what I'm saying? Because Donaire, like I know he fighting at a lower weight class than he normally fight at, but at the same time, he been making the weight. And he in a tournament. So it ain't like he done made the weight one time. It seems like he's able to make this weight. And he bringing power too. He knocked the motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? I want to see, man, because this dude got so much more experience over Noah. The alien said Ruiz told that ass up because he should be fighter of the year. Goddamn me, yeah. That square business. He damn sure got the upset of the year. They
Hey,
gonna give
real
him
talk. He had AJ. He taught him how to lean like a cholo.
Goddamn, he introduced that motherfucker to that Mexican style. Goddamn me. Rod X the champ said Carla Jenkins is one hell of a trivia participant. I ain't even know. I didn't even know, man. She came in there and did her thing. Thomas Moreland, salute. What's going down with you?
In the building.
Brooklyn Child said the problem is there's too much showcase fights. We don't get enough top five guys fighting each other. Tank Davis fighting some cat nobody knows. Shakir Stevenson, he fighting this weekend. He fighting a motherfucker that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the game, I guess. With these days, you about to say something, bro?
His fighter dropped out. Shakur Stevenson, and he tried to get another top fight with I think he said Leo Santa Cruz. He wanted to fight a few other people. Everybody didn't want to fight him. So whoever he fight now, he got to fight because the date was already made for him.
And that brings up a good point for me because Shakur Stevenson, I've been thinking about the prospects and stuff. And for the longest, I had Little B-Hop as my number one prospect because he had beat 3 undefeated fighters already. But I think with that last win that Shakur Stevenson got when he had fought that Latino guy on the Terrence Crawford undercard for his last pay-per-view, I think that moves Shakur Stevenson to the front of the list. I can't think of that guy's name, man. What's the fuck that dude? He only lost one fight to Masayuki Ito coming into that fight. Y'all motherfuckers that know these names and shit, man, y'all tell me the name of the guy that Shakur Stevenson fought his last fight because that was like a championship level type fighter, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was the most significant win of any prospect up to date. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give them props on that shit. Brooklyn Child, I read that. 88 Sports House said that Terrence Bud Crawford beat Amir Khan because nobody really outboxed Khan. They usually catch up to Khan in the mid rounds and knock him out. Bud outboxed him from the start and made him quit. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know though, man. I you know what, man? I like Terrence Crawford pretty good and shit, but goddamn, man. Like that's his biggest win though. That's his best win. I mean, that is a good point. He did go out there and do something to Khan that I ain't never seen nobody do, but I have seen several people stop Khan already. You know what I'm saying? So I need to see a little bit more from Bud, man. You know what I'm saying? And then there's been a lot of talk about Earl Spence fighting Bud. I've been going back looking at some of Bud's fights. I went back and looked at the Hammer Hank Lundy versus Terrence Crawford fight today, as a matter of fact. And Hammer Hank Lundy was lighting Bud ass up early in that fight, man. Hitting him with the looping right hand, coming over the top. Look, he had a lot of success against Bud early in that fight. Even Bud switched southpaw in the first round and got tagged with a 2-punch combination as soon as he switched southpaw in that fight. You know what I'm saying? What fucked up Hank Lundy in that fight is that he decided to switch southpaw to show Terrence Crawford that he was able to switch too. And that fucked him up because as soon as he switched southpaw, he started getting lit up. And before you know it, he had got stopped. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I don't know, man. I like Bud, but he might be a little bit overrated, bro. 58-12 as an amateur, coming out of Nebraska. I mean, what other fighters, what good fighters do y'all know that came out of Nebraska? Like, just being 100, who the fuck then came out of Nebraska, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Just to be clear, the LJ Fighter, salute, fam. Hey, 92 AKU, salute, fam. Hey, just to be clear, though, down in the building. that motherfucker ain't saying he ain't good, but it just when motherfuckers fight a higher level of competition, it's a different look. You know what I'm saying? They don't look as good as people trying to put a motherfucker out there.
Yeah, some of them fighters though, I didn't even look at them as just being a top level competition. Like Delorme and Hank Lundy, he did stop both them fighters. So he, you know what I'm saying, he gonna get the job done. Don't get me wrong. But I just be feeling on like I just feel weird when I see him taking them shots like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's just me though. Let me jump back in the chat. 92 AKU what's going down? What'd you say, bro?
Oh, Kilter and Picasso in the building. Salute, fam.
What's going down? 92 AKU say, yeah, but Nonito got some lucky breaks in the turn. That's what I was saying, too. That's what I was saying. His first opponent, he hurt his back in the fight when he threw a left hook, I believe. And then his second opponent, he withdrew from the fight. I can't think his name right now. The brother with the long arms and shit. So he ended up fighting that replacement. What's his name?
Zelani Tate.
Yeah, there we go. Zelani Tate. He withdrew from that second fight. So he did get some lucky breaks in the tournament. I did bring that up. But I also feel like that could play to his advantage, though, because he didn't take a lot of significant damage on his way to the finals. It ain't like he was in knockdown, drag out fights on the way to the top. Not saying that Annoyed was in no type of fights because he pretty much cruised to the finals too. But I'm just saying that's good for the old veteran, the cagey veteran, that he didn't take a lot of damage.
Hey, Neutral Natural in the building. Hey, I need your hookup, fam. So when
Yes,
I send out the winnings, you know what I'm saying, you got the second place on the other team, bro.
Yeah, you had 20 points and that shit held strong for you, you know what I'm saying? He's able to boxing there, he had came and caught up to you with 26 and took first place. But if your phone wouldn't have ran hot, man, you probably would have won first in this motherfucker. Got you a chip.
Hell yeah.
Goddamn me. Ava Torres said true. Oscar De La Hoya is a good example. He was knocking dudes out cold, 140 and below. 147 to 154, he boxed one and had to wear them down. Yeah, that's part of the game. Same thing with Mayweather.
Perfection in the building. Hey, that weight don't carry up, man, for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? They ain't knocking shit out like they was when they were smaller. Even Pacquiao, he was hurting motherfuckers, cutting people up, but he wasn't knocking them out like he was when he was down there in those little weights. So that if you got to see from him later, let him get into the upper weights, because that pound for pound, you trying to say that he can go up in them higher weights and still deliver how he been delivering, and I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I actually think that kind of shows the greatness of a fighter, though. Like you can look at Mayweather. Mayweather, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was beating the brakes off people at 130 and 135. You know what I'm saying? And then when he moved up to like 47 and he fought Oscar at 54, he wasn't able to put the power on him, but he was able to still win the fights. Like he was able to win the fights based off of other shit besides power. And a lot of fighters that are real relying on power, once they power don't serve them the way that they used to with serving them, they be lost. They don't know what to do. So I think it's good for a fighter that's able to bring out other skills and find different ways to win instead of just power. You know what I'm saying? Haplotype said the noise is good, but the pound for pound talk is premature. Yeah, I got you for sure. It's premature, man. But hey, give him all the props in the world if you win this tournament, though. The LJ fighter was going down. So how y'all doing? Shit, we good as a government check. 92 AKU say hell no. Okay, talking to Haplotype. Haplotype say 18 wins. Okay, let me scroll down. Haplotype, let me get out y'all conversation. Ava Torres said, you see Bud versus Gamboa? Bud has his problem, but he was able to pull it off. But yeah, Gamboa was coming up in weight too, wasn't he? I mean, when I saw him in the ring against Bud, he looked significantly smaller than Bud Crawford. And early in that fight, he was tagging that motherfucker. He was tagging Bud. And then he hurt Bud later on in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Hey, it is what it is. When I compare him to other top level pound for pound fighters, though, I just don't see it. And then, I don't, on our channel, we do trivia and history and stuff like that. So I like to go back and watch some of the old fights. Like, as a matter of fact, last night, I went and I watched Ezra Charles versus Lloyd Marshall from the Black Murderers Row right here on YouTube, man. This shit was crazy because it was a different time in boxing. Like, you could see clouds of smoke flying into the ring where the ringside patrons, they were smoking cigars and blowing their smoke into the ring and shit while the dudes was fighting. Like, that shit crazy. But just seeing that kind of skill, that type of artistry and shit, then I turn around and I look at somebody like Bud. I'm like, okay, he good. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But just comparing him to some of the other fighters, like, as a matter of fact, you on YouTube, you can look at Charlie Burley versus Oakland Billy Smith. And Charlie Burley was 28 years old when he fought him. So he was smack dab in the middle of his prime. And you go back and you just look at that type of skill that he exhibited in that fight. And then you turn around and you look at some of the more modern day fighters, you just kind of be like, well, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, they good, but they ain't good as them motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. Super dog, Teddy B, Darren Gudo. Salute, fam. What's good with it?
Smooth Teddy B, Darren Goodo. Who else you said? I can't even remember.
Junior the Super Dog.
Junior the Super Dog. 88 Sports I'll say, Bud is the truth. He good, man. He good. I'm putting it like this. Like, in this era right here, he's a bad motherfucker. He's a bad motherfucker. I still don't think he's going to be Earl, though, if they ever fight, but he's a bad motherfucker for this era. Don Dada, uncle, nephew, goddamn, what it do? Haplotype said those divisions are separated. Okay, let me scroll down. I know you Haplotype for goddamn me historian talking about them divisions are separated by 3 pounds and shit. He like them real weight divisions, goddamn lightweight, welterweight, middleweight. Fuck all that in between, super this and light this. You know what I'm saying? Off kilter, salute. Picasso was going down, said Bud Light in your ass, goddamn salute. What's up with it? Brooklyn Child said them little fighters should not be considered in the pound for pound list until they fight at 126 and up. I don't understand your reasoning in that though, Brooklyn Child. Goddamn, whatever weight class a motherfucker fight in, he fight in. You know what I'm saying? That remind me of that Finito Lopez. We had did a trivia question. Who is the only fighter to ever retire from boxing, having never lost a fight, amateur or pro? And it was Finito Lopez. And that motherfucker was a little dude too, but I ain't gonna take away from his accomplishments though. You know what I'm saying? Picasso, yes sir. Neutral Natural, goddamn, said what it do. Haplotype, so at least get 25 plus wins. I ain't mad at you on that, but I can't just look at straight wins though. Like, look at Devin Haney. Devin Haney, he got like 22 wins or something like that, and he was fighting down in Mexico and fighting straight bums, fighting folks that got 40 losses and 30 losses and all that other type of shit. So I don't just look at the win. I want to see who you actually beat, who you actually fought and beat. And that's why I said out of all these prospects, I like Shakur Stevenson as number 1 right now because he got the most significant win out of all of them. And that's that fighter that he beat on the undercard for Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan. I thought that was a great win. The Perfection, goddamn, what's going down with you around the corner? What's up with it? Brooklyn Child said the talent level in the lower divisions is not there. Okay, so you saying they ain't got the talent right there currently. Neutral Natural said if Donaire get that upset, he would have the best resume in boxing. He do got a badass resume. What's the name of that motherfucker that he knocked out with that check hook? It was Vic Darchinyan. That's who it was, goddamn. Hey, I won't be surprised if Donaire take that motherfucker Noah late and hit him with one of them Vic Darchinyan check hooks. But hey, I guess I gotta say though, out with the old in with the new. So I probably gotta pick a new, but I would not be surprised if he get taken into deep waters though. 92 AKU said I'm afraid for no Nito dude getting sent to hell versus Annoyed 100%. Hey, don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised. LJ Fighter said, well, you also fighting bigger guys. When you get to 147, those are regular size guys. Okay, Haplotype said Annoyed should beat Donaire. He's old and it's been done before. Yeah, he should beat him. Out with the old, in with the new. That's something that I always hold true. I always say that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, just, styles make fights. And a lot of the time, the old boxing historians and stuff, they say that a lot of these fighters, when they get older, they got one great fight left. So I wouldn't be surprised if that motherfucker had that one great fight left against Annoyed, man. Haplotype said Annoyed should. Oh, I read that. My bad. Neutral Natural said Floyd. Yeah. What'd you say, bro?
Michael Johnson in the building. Salute, man.
Yeah. Neutral Natural said Floyd fought like 12 times a year in 97 and 98. Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Join the Super Dog say salute Marlo's corner blessings to all. Neutral Natural Shakur Stevenson is the most duck fighter at 126. Yeah, I want to see him against Josh Warrington. At first, I didn't think he was ready for that fight, but after how Josh Warrington looked in his last fight and how Shakur Stevenson looked in his last fight, I think Shakur Stevenson is ready for Josh Warrington. What you think about Josh Warrington versus Shakur Stevenson, bro?
I think that'd be a good fight. I would favor Shakur. I think his boxing IQ would be able to not avoid that volume punch. But that'll be a good ass fight to see that.
Shit, I agree with you, man. Just after they last two performances, man, I think I would have to favor Shakur too. My man Smooth Teddy B, salute, goddamn me. That's the basketball man. Y'all like y'all basketball videos and shit, man. Go fuck with my man Smooth Teddy B. Subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I like what you said about them Clippers too, man. Them boys gonna have some badass perimeter defense over there, ain't they, man? God damn. Got Kawhi, Paul George. Who is the motherfucking point guard? Who the point guard for the Clippers, bro?
Uh,
Patrick Beverly.
nah, he just shooting guard, ain't
Patrick Beverly, he on the team though, right?
he? Yeah, he on there.
Shit, nigga, that's some goddamn me perimeter defense. Goddamn. I think he gonna play now. He play point guard though. Yeah, he play point. Where I'm in the chat, Darren Goodo saying Gary Boy ain't really did nothing since Crawford fight. Yeah, he was already a little older though. When he like 34 years old when he fought against Crawford, so he already wasn't no young guy. You know what I'm saying? He probably already on the way down. You know
Who
what I'm
that?
saying?
Hey, Justin Brown, salute, fam.
Salute. Don Dada said T-Bud Crawford versus Danny Swift Garcia. I think Crawford to go out there and beat the hell out of Danny. I think Danny is he struggled with them fighters that got that athleticism. If you're able to bounce on your toes a little bit and move and groove a little bit, you'll be able to put something on Danny. Even going back to Amir Khan, man, Amir Khan was having some success on Danny. He would lighten his ass up, on Danny, motherfucker that. But then he did something stupid and threw an uppercut from too far away and got hit with a counter left hook and did the stanky leg. You know what I'm saying? Well, he might have got dropped. He got dropped in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So but I think that's a bad stylistic matchup for Danny. I want the Danny fight for Ron Ennis. That's who I want to fight Danny Garcia. I want him to work his way up and fight against Danny Garcia. I think he'll shine on him. Because his last fight that he fought like a B minus level, well, a C plus level Danny Garcia. Because he fought another guy that was from Philly. I can't remember his name. You know what I'm saying? He had like 3 or 4 losses at the time, and Jerron Ennis went out there and shined on the motherfucker. So I think he got a good stylistic matchup for
Hey,
Danny. The LJ fighter say, really? Huh? What'd you say, bro?
Jinx, Gregory White, Winston Lee, salute, fam, in the building.
The VIP, goddamn, was going down with you. Winston Lee. 92 AKU, Brooklyn. You talking to Brooklyn Child. I read that. I'm tripping. Oh, Don Dada said T-Bud Crawford fight today, not yesteryear. Okay. Smooth Teddy B said, yeah, I be arguing that boxing the only sport that you can't say bigger, faster, stronger means better because of weight class. Yeah, that's square business. Neutral Natural said Matthew Saad Muhammad versus current 175-pound title holder. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know a lot about Matthew Saad Muhammad, bro. I'm gonna have to go back and check him out. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even answer that question. Darren Goodo said, I see what you're saying. You know boxing, bro. Bud good for this time zone. Yeah, he good for this time era, bro. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Smooth Teddy B said in skill differences. Okay, you talking about the weight class and the skill differences. Darren Goodo said, but the 70s, 80s, 90s, Bud could not last. I don't think so either, bro. I don't think so either, especially at welterweight, going up against even somebody like Oscar De La Hoya. I'm not sure if Bud Crawford would beat De La Hoya at 147 when De La Hoya was in his prime. You know what I'm saying? De La Hoya fighting his ass off. Hey, man, one thing I done learned, but hey, them gay motherfuckers can fight. Goddamn me. Square bill. Oh, I forgot, man. I'm supposed to be chilling on that shit. Damn, I forgot. But yeah, the motherfucker be fighting hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and then Sweet Pea Whitaker, you know, Floyd Mayweather, even somebody like Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley versus Terrence Crawford at 135 to 147 is gonna be tough. I don't give a fuck what weight class it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it'd be tough on that boy, man.
Lala D in the building. What's good, sis?
That's the woman of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. Vamos campeona. God bless the queen. Goddamn me. What's up with it? Ava Torres said 105-pound pounders throw down. Yeah, they throw down, man. Hey, I like watching them smaller fighters fight. I don't like calling they fights because, you know, they throw so many punches so light and fast. But it'd be fun to watch, though. They should be looking crisp. Michael Johnson, what it do? 92 AKU, okay, talking to Darren Goodo. Smooth Teddy B said, Usyk got like 20 wins. Don't take away from what he's done in the ring. Yeah, that's square business. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say it's not just about the quantity of your wins. It's about the quality. And since he done went in there and won that Super 6 tournament and all that kind of shit, we can't take away from the motherfucker. Neutral Natural said Christopher Goldberg and Shakur Stevenson, the best prospects in boxing. I agree with you 100%. That's my number 1 and number 2. And they interchangeable for me because at first I had Lil B-Hop number 1 and I had Shakur number 2. But now I got Shakur number 1 after his last win, and I just slid Lil B-Hop down just right below him. You know what I'm saying? But hey, They're my favorite too, man. I'm with you. Who your favorite prospect, bro?
Right now,
Yes, sir.
well, I'm gonna put that Haney because that's my guy. But I'm gonna have to say the best prospect is out of Shakur and Shakur Stevenson and Lil B Hop. I know he
Yeah.
changed his name. I'm trying to think what he changed his name to too.
I think prime time. God damn, it's prime time. Prime time Kobe. Hey man, did y'all hear about that shit that went down with Teofimo Lopez when they were talking about the youngster Keyshawn Davis that went to his gym and sparred him, and supposedly they got into it, and after the sparring, that motherfucker Teofimo Lopez tried to shake his hand. He talking about Keyshawn tried to hit him with a left hook, and then his dad got into it with Coach K Corona, and Coach K Corona posted had swung on his dad or some shit like that. That shit was crazy. Me and Marlo were talking about that shit. His story sounded shaky as a motherfucker. That's Teofimo Lopez. Like it sounded like he was talking and thinking at the same time, trying to fill in the blanks as he went along. You know what I'm saying? Like fill in the gaps and shit. So his story sounded kind of shaky, but that shit was crazy. Well, what you about to say something, bro?
Talking about he left his mouthpiece at the house.
Well,
what happens when you leave your mouthpiece at the house?
Hey, that motherfucker nephew say shit. We all know if you leave your mouthpiece at home, you didn't want none anyway. You know what I'm saying? Square business. Michael Johnson, his favorite prospect is Jermaine Franklin. I think that's that heavyweight prospect. I'm not impressed by him, bro. When I saw him in his last fight, man, I think it was on the Carissa Shields undercard when she fought against Christina Hammer. I wasn't impressed with that motherfucker, bro. I got to see a little bit more, man. Brooklyn Child said 100-pound fighters, get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. But damn, it's a fighter going up against another fighter his size and his weight class, though, Brooklyn Child. God damn, bro. Neutral Nat said Donaire gave Rigondeaux an opportunity, and those other guys didn't want to fight him. That's square business. That's for real. He put Rigondeaux on the map with that shit.
Damn,
Smooth Teddy B.
I see boxing in the building. Salute, fam.
What's going down? Smooth Teddy B said Donaire was an overhyped fighter. The end is near. Okay. Respect your opinion, bro, for sure. But I gotta say, he do got the experience advantage over this motherfucker, man. And hey, we gonna see what happened when Inoue go into deep waters and shit. We gonna see. I think it's gonna be interesting. Neutral Natural say you basically say so you would basically say Salvador Sanchez wasn't pound for pound. Salvador Sanchez was a bad motherfucker. I don't know if you're talking to me, bro. I like Salvador Sanchez. At first I couldn't really get off into his fights and shit, but when I actually went down, like and I pulled up some of his fights, I can't even remember the goddamn African that I watched him fight. I watched him fight a couple other guys. I think I saw him fight against Bazooka Gomez too. And them counter punches and shit that he was throwing, man. Hey, Salvador Sanchez was a bad motherfucker. And all my old schools that I like talking boxing with in my area, that's their favorite fighter from back in the day. They always talk about Salvador Sanchez. You about to say something, bro?
Michael James in the building. Salute, fam.
Yeah. Joseph Brown, salute to the corner, was going down. Smooth Teddy B said Shakur will box Warrington head out because he just don't got enough power. Hey, and another thing too, Josh Warrington, he only has like 48 amateur fights. And we already know Shakur Stevenson was a accomplished amateur. I don't remember his record as an amateur. I don't know if I ever heard it, but I know that he got a lot of amateur fights. He went to the Olympics and everything that come along with that. So just all around, if you just look at the totality of the fighter, I would say that Shakur Stevenson is just in a different class than Warrington. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, when I had read about Warrington, they said that Warrington, when he had started his amateur career off, it started out real slow, and then it picked up later on. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna play a part, man. I don't think he's in the same class as Shakur. AJXN was going down, said Anthony Davis will smoke the Clippers. They don't have anyone to guard him. People forgot how good AD is for real. Okay, that's square business. I was just talking about that perimeter defense, though, for them Clippers. Gregory Wise, the OG, say smash the like button. Definitely appreciate that shit. Smooth Teddy B say, yeah, it's Patrick Beverly. Rod S. the champ talking to Marlo. Scroll down, Winston Lee, Peace fam, and the Block fam, goddamn. 92 AK, you say, hey, who Canelo fighting? Dude got 2 months till his fight. I don't know who he fight, man. I won't be surprised if he go up there and fight the Callum Smith guy, though. You know what I'm saying? I think he liked that idea of going up and getting him a belt in another weight class and shit. And plus, I think that fight, what's the name of the tall motherfucker? Man, I'm terrible with names, man. Am I getting old and senile in this motherfucker? What's the name of the tall dude that he fought at 168 pounds, bro? Canelo. The one that he went out there and knocked out. Rocky Fielding.
Oh,
Rocky.
Fielding.
Huh?
Fielding.
Yeah, Rocky Fielding. I think Rocky Fielding had a similar style to Callum Smith because they both tall, they both stand up straight, and they both keep their hands up good, like a high guard. They put the earmuffs on a little bit. So I think they got a similar type of style. So I think Canelo done already seen that type of style. I think he'll be comfortable to go up there and fight somebody like that. I don't really see Kovalev, but the fact that well, I guess I got to take Callum Smith off the board because Canelo don't fight people in their 20s. I don't know, man. He might go up there and try to fight Kovalev. Kovalev about 35 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's some Canelo type shit. That's probably who it is. Neutral Natural said Danny Swift Garcia versus Errol Spence is a stylistic war. Shit, I think it's a beatdown. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at that shit, man, it just go back to what I was talking about earlier. Like that fight right there, that fight could have happened 2 or 3 years ago. This fight that's about to happen with Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, that could have happened 2 or 3 years ago. But everybody was talking about who is Errol Spence fought and all that kind of shit. By the time the man is fought and put himself in the position, motherfuckers getting older, they moving into their 20s and waiting on him to accomplish something that makes them get older too. You know what I'm saying? Like Sean Porter, he like 31 years old. He could have fought Errol Spence when he was like 29, 28. You see what I'm saying? And that would have been a great fight. 2 fighters in their prime and shit. Now, Sean Porter's in the twilight of his prime. I just don't like this shit. La La D, yeah, Trey X Marlo was going down. Junior the Superdog said the original 8 is the best in my book. Yep, that's square business. That's why when you go back and look at people like Bob Fitzsimmons, Tony Canzaneri, Henry Armstrong, goddamn me, Barney Ross, all them fighters that was 3 weight division champions and stuff like that. That's when a weight class was a weight class. I ain't talking about 135, 140, and 147. I'm talking about like 126, 135, and 147. 3 real weight classes. You about to say something, bro?
No, Sheldon Holmes in the building. Salute, fam.
Chef was going down, bro. The alien said Bob Arum versus Eddie Hearn celebrity boxing match. Goddamn. That motherfucker Bob Arum gonna say, if I was 50 years younger, I'd kick your ass.
You ain't gonna do shit. Benedict Connecticut. Salute, fam.
AJX here now said Bud versus Danny Swift Garcia will be a great scrap. You think it'll be a great scrap? I think Bud will go out there and whoop his ass, actually. Mike James, what up, though? What's going down? Gregory Wyatt, yeah, the Purple Princess. Al Kilton, Winston Lee laughing. Joseph Brown said Bud will beat Spatula Boy. Yeah, I think he'll, you talking about he'll beat De La Hoya? It'll be a tough fight, man. De La Hoya in his prime, you know he had a good jab and shit. I still remember when he fought against Sugar Shane Mosley in that first fight, and he was putting that jab on Sugar Shane, and Shane back got all tight and shit, and in between rounds, he was trying to loosen his back up because that jab from De La Hoya, and then De La Hoya got away from the jab, and he let Sugar Shane get back into the fight and ended up beating him. But that motherfucker De La Hoya wasn't no joke, man. God damn it, he fought everybody. You already know. 92 AK, you said, damn, my boy Oscar ain't gay. He a freak, though. But come on, man.
Hey, what y'all think about a 140 Shane Mosley versus a 140 undisputed Bud?
Man, what I remember with Sugar Shane, I remember Sugar Shane going from 135 straight to 147. And I remember him fighting some dude, I think his last name was Rivera. He fought another dude, his name was like Greg Sample or something like that. And then he fought Oscar De La Hoya. That's what I remember. So I don't even think Sugar Shane fought at 140. If I ain't mistaken. I might be wrong, but I don't remember him fighting at 140. I remember my coach when I was fighting back in the day, he always felt like if Sugar Shane, he could have went to 140 and been the baddest man on the planet. He used to say that shit all the time.
Charles D. Salute, man.
Hey, but you know them classic weight divisions like 126, 135, 147, that's where the money be at. You know what I'm saying? Some fighters, they be trying to get there. Like if they at 140 and shit like that, they want to be at 147 because that's a money division. Or like cruiserweight. There ain't no money in cruiserweight. Like my coach, he probably really should have been a cruiserweight, but he went to heavyweight because he wanted to make some money. You about to say something?
No, I said glamour division. Hop in the building, salute, fam.
What's going down with you? Hotbag came through talking about Julian Jackson versus Thomas Hearns in the comment section on the video. I don't know if you saw my response, but I would take Thomas Hearns to knock Julian Jackson the fuck out.
I
Scrap business.
I pick the Hawk. I think the Hawk got a better chin than Hearns. I think he'd be able to touch him.
I don't know, bro, because I
Hey,
don't know, bro, because
Stephen Styles, welcome, fam. Salute. You say you don't know what?
yeah, I don't know, because Julian Jackson, he got 6 losses. I think he like 48-6 or something like that, and all of his 6 losses were by knockout. So it's kind of hard for me to say he had a great chin. You know what I'm saying? I think Hearns would have got the motherfucker, man. It was a bit of 8, but we'll never know. 98 AK, 92 AK. You said Teofimo, best prospect right now. I think he just don't have a win yet. He don't have a win that makes me respect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got some decent skills. One thing that kind of worried me about Teofimo too is that I saw him standing next to Regis Prograis when Regis Prograis was doing the interview, and Teofimo Lopez's dad crashed the interview talking about he whenever he fight his son, that's gonna put him on the map and get him paid and shit. And when I saw Prograis standing next to Teofimo Lopez, he looked significantly taller than him, like noticeably taller, I guess I should say.
And
And
he
that makes me, what'd you say?
go ahead. I thought you said.
And that makes me think they got Teofimo Lopez listed at like 5'8". I'm not sure if he's 5'8" because Regis Prograis listed at 5'8", and they stood next to each other, and Lopez was shorter than Prograis. So I'm thinking Lopez got it at 5'7" or something like that, 5'6" and a half, 5'7" is really what he looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? What you about to say?
I was gonna say he talking that old weird who he fought and who he beat, and I am this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's with this fighter, y'all? What y'all think? Why all these fighters, when they get to a certain plateau, they always talking about who he fought or who he beat? I remember Canelo was like 18, 19, calling out motherfuckers like Floyd Mayweather and shit, Shane Mosley and all them motherfuckers. I remember motherfucking Lomachenko doing the same thing. How come a lot of people allow that shit about who a motherfucker be? If you make it to be the contender, the number one contender for a strap, then he deserved that fight. It don't matter who he fought. He beat the people to get to where he at. You know what I'm saying? When we gonna start respecting that? Or let's not even have a number one contender or a mandatory, because that shit seems like it's only favoritism. You know what I'm saying?
See, but that's just like I was watching a blood boxing documentary when he was talking about this shit that we got today can be considered boxing entertainment at best. And I think there's some truth to that. Because like what you were just saying, like the number one contender and all that shit, I don't even hear people using that word, that language anymore, number one contender. I always hear mandatory, you know what I'm saying? So it seems like the shit just don't mean what it used to mean. It's like a shift or a change in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit weird to me because motherfuckers say if you say who he beat and he come back and tell you I beat everybody that was in the top 5, you know what I'm saying, to be ranked in my position to get a title shot, and then when that don't mean that mean a lot, you know what I'm saying? He knocking off everybody in front of him to face the person that he need to face to be solidified, you know what I'm saying, in the division. And then a lot of fight fans look at it like who he beat, like the fuck you mean who he beat? Don't nobody want to fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And then you know, like another representation of what you're saying, the biggest fight in history, in boxing history, was between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and they basically fought that motherfucker in a nursing home. You know what I'm saying? So like that just where we at in boxing. Like they took boxing and turned it from a young man game to an older man's game. Like I look at some fights and stuff like back in the day, I see like a 25-year-old fighting a 23-year-old. You don't see that shit too much these days. So that's why I'm giving a lot of props to the Charlo brothers. Both of them have 2 significant wins to me. Jamal got the more significant win by knocking out J. Rock Williams. And what J. Rock has gone on to achieve, that makes that win look even better. And we'll see what goes on with Erickson Lubin, because you know he got knocked out by Jamel. But let's see what happens with Erickson Lubin as he gets back on track. You know what I'm saying? He got knocked out as a young fighter. I think those are 2 underrated wins in the game, and I think they are 2 of the best wins, especially the win over J-Rock. That's a fucking top 5 win in the last like 3-4 years or something like that, in my opinion.
Hey, before you get back in the chat, let's get Sam Zilla said, how do you differentiate a prospect from a contender? You supposed to differentiate them from their wins. You know what I'm saying? They level of competition. You know what I'm saying? They when they contender, that means they in the top 5 of somebody's sanctioning body. You know what I'm saying? Top 3 would really. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. That shit really don't mean nothing. Like these prospects be working to get there, and then when they get there, It's who he fought. You know what I'm saying? When Lomachenko was there before, Canelo was there. A lot of these motherfuckers was there before. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of even Thurman ass.
See, to me, I start looking at the prospects as contenders once the prospect steps up and he fights a championship level type fighter, like a former champion or something like that. Because when I'm thinking contender, I'm thinking a person that can contend for the championship. So once that prospect steps up and he fights a championship level fighter, that's why I'm looking at Shakur Stevenson a little bit differently, because his last opponent, he was one of them level type fighters. You know what I'm saying? He was a bad boy. He only lost one fight to Masayuki Ito, and he had moved up to fight him. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Shakur Stevenson is moving towards a contender state as far as boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. Hey, Gil Cole, salute, fam.
Salute. Lala D said, I think I'll go with Shakur. Got to see more of Ennis. No, go ahead and stand on your square, man, because I know that you really like Ennis as a prospect and shit. You were saying that was your favorite prospect. Well, I guess you saying what you got him ranked. I guess you ain't saying your favorite. So I guess you can have Shakur ranked #1, but Ennis can still be your favorite, though. So I got you. Let me scroll down. Lala D said, Keyshawn didn't do that. He needs to stop, goddamn. Yeah. Hey, I don't think so. We only heard one side of the story. We heard from Teofimo Lopez. I ain't heard what Keyshawn got to say about it. When I looked at the video, the fight hype video, I did see some people that was in the chat, and they was saying that Teofimo Lopez was a goddamn lie. So we'll see, though. You know what I'm saying? Rod as the champ said he got Boost. I ain't mad at you, man. Boost just don't. He got the athleticism. I just don't see the same type of skill, but he's very explosive, man. He had a decent amateur background. He was 52-3 as an amateur, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that match up with some of the other prospects. Like even somebody like Regis Prograde. Regis Prograde was 87-7 as an amateur. That's very impressive. You know what I'm saying? I got to give him props on that. Even going into the fight with Josh Taylor, I haven't seen an actual definite amateur record for him. But in an interview when he was 24 years old, he said he probably had over 150 amateur fights. So I don't know exactly what that means. I probably had over 150 amateur fights, but he definitely did have a bunch of amateur fights. And I think that shit mean a lot, like as far as experience and stuff like that. Because we saw what happened to Herb when he fought J-Rock, and we saw what happened to Joshua when he fought against Ruiz. Man, the amateur shit means something, you know what I'm saying? Shamzilla Salone, family better late than never, for sure. Goddamn me. Don Dollar said, pound for pound prospect, I'm watching. Who you watching, bro? The LJ Fighter said, exactly. Don't leave none of your gear at home. Hell no, man. Goddamn, you left your mouthpiece at home. You didn't want none anyway. Smooth Teddy B said he like Haney, Ergovich. I like Ergovich from what I've seen from him so far. I got to see a little bit more, though. Shakur Stevenson and Joshua Boatzy. Okay, I think I saw one of Boatzy fights. I think I just read an article, too, that he moving up to heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be interesting to see what's going on with him. And also, I saw that Robert C. Ramirez, the guy that beat Shakur Stevenson for the gold medal in the 2016 Olympics in Rio, that motherfucker is defected to the United States, and he's supposed to be signing with Top Rank. So I hope I get to see Shakur Stevenson get that run back with that motherfucker.
That'd be a nice build up. Hey, King Wade, salute, fam.
Salute.
Yeah, that'd be a nice build up right there.
Okay, yeah. Shamzilla, salute. Mike James said, I like Stevenson and Money Pal. I definitely got love for Money Pal. His pops, man, he been a supporter of our channel and all that kind of shit. But if I be honest, I just wanted to see him step up. I'm not sure if he's ever fought a guy with a winning record. I think he's only fought guys that are at 500 and below. So like he'll fight guys that's like 4-4-2 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him step up and start fighting some better competition. And then I'll be more than happy to rank him higher in my prospect rankings. You know what I'm saying? AJX and I salute. Shamzilla, question. How do we we already got that, my bad. Let me scroll down. Mike James. Hold on. AX and I talking about Jamal James. Yeah, man, that motherfucker got a fight coming up against that motherfucker that Adrian Broner beat the brakes out. Antonio DeMarco. Man, that shit there is gonna be a slaughter. Mike James said, I gotta go make sure y'all share the video. I don't know what you talking about. AJX and I said Callum knocked out Rocky in the first round, though. He did. I saw that shit. When I was looking at the fight, Callum Smith against the motherfucker that move around, that African dude that he knocked out in his last fight. I can't think his name. Well, that's a goddamn shame. I need to get off that gas. But yeah, I did see that shit. Huh?
Salute, man. Tone Bangers in the building. Salute.
Tone Bangers, my brother from another mother. What's up with you? Picasso said, I left my mouthpiece at the house, but I came back the next day and got knocked out in the first round. Yeah. Chef say, what up, though? What we talking about, man? We talking about anything that shit involving boxing. You know what I'm saying? Gregory Wire, Rocky Field, and Sham Zilla said 36 people smash the like button. Definitely would appreciate y'all smash the like button, man. And make sure that y'all come fuck with us this weekend because we're gonna call some fights. It wasn't a lot going on this past weekend, and the 4th of July was on the day that we wanted to do the trivia, so we did the trivia on Saturday. But we're gonna be right back calling fights, and we're gonna be on the Shakur Stevenson fight this weekend. He's gonna have a fight off in Newark, New Jersey. So y'all come through and fuck with us. Benedict Emmanuel said, I feel like both Andrade and Charlo need to step up fight before they consider fight Canelo. Who do you think will win out of both of them? It will be a good fight. It'll be a good close fight, man. Some day I wake up, I feel like Andrade will win. Some days I wake up, I feel like Charlo will win. But for right now, I'm thinking that Andrade will probably win the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this though, I don't know as much about Andrade as I know about Charlo, because Charlo has already fought a top level guy, in my opinion. That's in J Rock, and he knocked J Rock out. And in that fight, J Rock showed me a lot. Because he had flashes in that fight. He showed me why he's at the level that he's on. His amateur background, coming from Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? J Rock is a bad motherfucker. And Charlo was able to go in there and knock him out. You know what I'm saying? So I seen a little bit more from Charlo. I know what he gonna do if he get in there with somebody that's outclassing him. He can get in there and bide his time and hit your ass with a counter right uppercut or something and knock the shit out you. He can also drop you with a jab too. Charlo can hit you with a jab and knock you down. So I done seen that with Charlo. I haven't seen it with Andre yet because I haven't seen him in there with that type of opponent. You know what I'm saying? But I think Andre got better skills. I think it's a razor thin close fight. I say it's probably like 52 to 48 type of fight. You know what I'm saying? 20. Like 12 to 13 type shit. You about to say something, bro?
No, Darnell Kirkland, salute, fam.
Salute. Benedict Emmanuel said Andre versus Charlo. Yeah, Junior the Superdog said, I think it was Boza Edwards. Salvador fought. That was a war. You talking about Salvador Sanchez? Charles D was going down. Said, was swamping though, goddamn. I ain't never heard that slang, but goddamn was going down. Joseph Brown said that would be a great fight. Bud wins that fight. You talking about Bud win what fight? What fight you talking about? Sham Zilla said, Sugar was on that Pac-Man juice. You talking about Sugar Shane Mosley on that Pac-Man juice? Hop said De La Hoya was B Hop's last knockout win. De La Hoya was his last knockout win. You might be right about that. Damn, that was after he fought against Trinidad. Trinidad, that was a long time ago too, though. Junior Superdog said 2 times Shane beat De La Hoya, punk ass. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't even remember that second fight for some reason off the top of my head. I remember some people saying they felt like De La Hoya beat that motherfucker in the rematch though. Steven Siles, what's up, fam? De La Hoya will be a champ today. He and Spence will be the mega fight today. I agree with you, bro. That motherfucker was a star, man. Him and Mayweather, they changed the game as far as money fighters, A side, B side, and all that type of shit. The LJ fighter said Shane was a whirlwind those days, man. You got Shane was hitting with the right hands, going to the body. You know what I'm saying? He could also switch. I remember when he fought that, I think his last name was Rivera. It's one of his first fights at 147. He was tagging this motherfucker all day, man, but this dude was taking these punches. Sugar Shane switched southpaw and hit the motherfucker with a right hook, and he hit him on top of his head, too. Shit sounded like a goddamn a drum or something when he hit him with that shit. And the motherfucker just collapsed when he hit him with it. Motherfucker Shane had that power, man. Brooklyn Child said, Bud beat Shane. Shane struggled with outboxes. Bud wins 8-4. I don't know about that, Brooklyn Child. I do not know about that. For real. 92 AKU said Mosley went from 135 straight to 147. That's what I remember. Don't hold me to that 100%, but I'm about 85, 90% sure that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Hop said, yeah, I saw it, Trey X. I got the Hitman too. Yeah, goddamn, I'm taking Thomas Hearn. Picasso said Shane had a hell of a body shot, or was that Trinidad? Y'all, Shane was going to the body. Goddamn, he had a hell of a body attack. 92 AK, you say Trinidad had that left hook. Now, Trinidad had that straight right hand. You remember he used to post up, George Foreman said he used to post up like a sprinter, like a sprinter on the track team or something. You know what I'm saying? They're ready to take off on your ass with a right hand. I think he had made that quote when he had fought against Fernando Vargas in the unification match at 154. Excuse me, Charles D said, Teofimo from my hood, who want that work? Though, goddamn. Sham Zilla said, Prograde is the next for real. The next what? He the next to step up and get beat down, fucking around with Taylor was what he the next for. Shit. Hey, Taylor, I mean, Prograde bad motherfucker. Though. Like I said, 87-7 as an amateur, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I did notice, though, when I looked at his amateur background, he didn't win none of those major tournaments like National PAL, National Golden Gloves. He won a national tournament, but I never heard of the tournament before. I don't even remember the name. He won the Golden Gloves, but he won the regional Golden Gloves. But he did get all the way up to being ranked number 4 in the country in his weight class. You know what I'm saying? So he is the real deal. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a real good, exciting fight. I just think that Josh Taylor got the better skills, man. And I've been going back and I've been looking even more. Every time I go back and look, I feel stronger in my pick. Joseph Brown said Hawk Chin was better. Hearns could outbox the Hawk, but I know Hearns would fight the Hawk, and that would be dangerous for Hearns. It'll be dangerous for both of them. The Hawk don't want one of them right hands from Tommy Hearns, man. Benedict Emmanuel, so I keep talking to Mike. Hop said, bring me up to date on Jaime Munguia. Trey, who do you want to see him fight? Man, I was really excited about Jaime Munguia at first when he first came out. You know what I'm saying? But right now, like the way he been looking his last 2 fights, he fought that Inoue guy in his last fight. That dude from Japan, he was all up in Munguia's chest. One thing I noticed about Munguia, he like to take a step back and he like to build a momentum. Like when he fighting you and shit, he like to step back and then he like to jump in with momentum and jump on you with some shit. But if you got a fighter that'll step to him and get up in the chest the way that Inoue did, dude, then he'll try to get out there and box. He got over 100 fights as an amateur. He got like 120 amateur fights, Jaime Munguia. So he can get out there and box a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it don't look graceful. I don't like the way it looks. I like him better when he go out there and just try to beat the hell out of somebody. So I think just about any of those top 154 pounds will beat Jaime Munguia. That's just my opinion.
Hey, Voice TV, salute, fam. Mark Wunderlich, Utah, unit, salute, fam.
Voice TV going down. Junior Superdog, Prime Sugar beats Bud. Either one if I had to put money on. Goddamn. Yeah. 92 AKU said Jaime Munguia not that good. Think Golden Boy want to cash him out real quick versus Triple G or Canelo. That'll be smart. Man. Can't wait too long on Munguia because any day now he can get knocked off. As a matter of fact, his last fight against that Irish dude or whatever the fuck he was, he could have lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? So it might have already happened. He just done got saved. You know, so can't wait too long on that motherfucker. Brooklyn Child said the ranking system in boxing is a joke. That's why I don't even pay attention to it, bro. I don't hear people saying the number 1 contender anymore. They say mandatory. And to me, that means something. Because the number 1 contender is the number 1 contender. That's what he is. But mandatory sounds like it's something a little bit different. It sounds like you can pay somebody to be a mandatory, but you got to earn your way to be a number 1 contender. Excuse me. So I think that's a little bit different. Sham Zilla said again, how do we differentiate a prospect from a contender? I don't think Shakur or Devin are prospects anymore. Yeah, I agree with you, especially about Shakur and Haney. I just haven't seen him step up against a championship level type of fighter. Once I see him do that, I'll start saying that he's a contender. But I did see that with Shakur Stevenson in his last fight. So I'm going to say Shakur Stevenson is a contender. Gil Cole, salute Marlo Trex in the chat. Mike James said, oh, he's talking to Benedict. Junior the said, I want to see Lubin versus Munguia. Yeah, that'll be a good one, bro. I would love to see that. Especially with the way Jaime Munguia been fighting. If it was Munguia 4 or 5 fights ago, I think that'll be a little different, like a little hard on Lubin. But the way that Munguia been looking lately, I like Lubin, goddamn me. 92 AKU said, yeah, but Charlo almost losing versus Korobov and not KO and some guy named Brian Adams. Not a good look, but we know that styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Korobov, a tricky southpaw. He was the first person to go out there and beat that motherfucker that Caleb Plant knocked out. I can't think of his name. Y'all know I suck with the names. What's the name of that marker, bro?
Ooh.
The one that Caleb Plant went out there and whooped for his championship in his last fight.
Uskatagi?
Uskatagi, goddamn. Korobov was the first man to beat him. And that motherfucker Brian Adams, man, like I could tell Like he didn't have a lot of experience. He only had like 6 amateur fights. I think he was like 23-2 or 21-2 as a professional, but he was schooled very well, I could tell, because of the way that he was throwing his jab and shit. He was a shorter fighter that knew how to fight short. Like he was able to get his head off the center line when he was working his jab and shit like that. That stood out to me, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate my man Brooklyn Child in the super chat said just supporting the corner. Definitely appreciate that shit,
Real
man.
talk. Hey, David, the real Thomas in the building. Salute, fam. Xavier Boxing
Hey,
Nerd.
salute to
Salute.
that's the new champ, man. Salute to the champ, Xavier the boxing nerd. God damn, went out there and got him a chip in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Square bit. I can't let me find where I was at in the chat. I ain't goddamn. I'm way up there, goddamn me. Okay, I'm just gonna start right here. Okay, 92 AK. You said don't say Matt Korobov is good. Got KO'd by Andy Lee. Andy punched though. So if he hit anybody, that motherfucking knock you out. But Korobov is straight though, man. Like I said, he was the first person to beat Jose Uzcategui, and that ain't no easy ass. You know what I'm saying? Picasso said Floyd and Pacquiao was fighting in the nursing home for Social Security like a motherfucker. Yeah. Sam Zilla said, excellent explanation on that prospect contender answer. Appreciate you, bro. He gave me a mess of frauds for that shit. Junior the Super Dog said, Charlo got the W. Look better next time. Can't look like Ali every fight. That's for sure. And then, you know, like I've been saying too, man, like them shorter fighters can catch you off guard. Like when you saw Josh Taylor when he fought against Ivan Barancic, he had a little trouble with Baranchis. He couldn't get his body work off the way he wanted to because Baranchis is shorter. He got a shorter torso, so it's hard to get in there and get that work in. If you look the way at the way Josh Taylor fought against Postal, or when he fought against that Ryan Martin kid, or even when he fought against O'Hara Davies, he was in and out so smooth going to the body and shit. But Baranchis was a little different because he was shorter. Look at Andy Ruiz when he fought against Anthony Joshua. That was a little tricky, little puzzle. You know what I'm saying, for Joshua, having this shorter fighter that knows how to fight short. You know what I'm saying? I could think of a couple of more examples if I sit here long enough. My mind kind of went blank a little bit, but I know what I'm trying to say though. Like them shorter fighters, they can bring that puzzle and a little bit of tricky shit. And I think that's what Charles from Adams. King Wade said, been a minute playing action, got me on lockdown, but not for long, family. I'm glad to be here, bro. Welcome back, goddamn me. Scroll down. Gil Cole said, Trace, I got one question. Is you covering the Thurman Pacquiao fight? I need that, homie. God, the only thing I got to say is a frog's ass watertight. You goddamn right I'm going to call the fight. Boy, you better come through here and fuck with us on it, man. See, I'm going to try to call the frog out of well. My man, Tone Bangers. Let me scroll down. Joseph Brown talking to Gil Cole, Brooklyn Child. Say, salute, appreciate Sam Zilla. Scroll down some more. Donnell Kirkland, what's up with it? So why Tank and Tevin fighting the same day but not fighting each other? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Hearns or whoever the fuck is running Tevin Farmer. I think they would allow him to fight Tank. I think his Tank side is kind of nervous about that. I don't know, man, because I think Tank could go out and beat Tevin Farmer. I'm really not the biggest fan of Tevin Farmer. I just can't get that Pedraza fight out of my mind. The way he let Pedraza just whoop the shit out of him, really. He whooped him on the outside. He whooped him on the inside. I know that was earlier in Tevin Farmer's career, and he done got better since then, but I just ain't forgot that shit, man. I think Tank could go out there and whoop him. So I don't know why they're not fighting each other. Joseph Brown said J-Rock got hella skills. Hell yeah, he showed skills when he got knocked out by Charlo. I mean, he was countering over the top of that jab with that right hand, man. He was doing all kind of work in that fight. It just showed you how much of a freak of nature that Charlo was, that even though J-Rock was doing all that shit, he still was not out of danger. He took that right uppercut, man, took that jab and shit, was doing the stanky leg. Hey, motherfucking fight. Hobbs said, Trey X, any thoughts on Daniel Dubois versus Nathan Gorman? Looking forward to shit about Nathan Gorman. So I guess I got my homework cut out for me, man. I'm going to have to go out there and check out Nathan Gorman, then I'll get back to you on it. Tone Banks said, fuck fat ass Tank and cockeyed Tank. Both of the tired of both of those dudes, goddamn. Joseph Brown said, nah, I missed 78 stream tonight. Joseph Brown said Bud versus Mosley at 140 is a great fight. Yeah, I just don't remember Mosley fighting at 140, but if he fought at 135, obviously he could fight at 140. Like I said earlier, my coach used to always say, if that motherfucker Mosley would have fought at 140, he would have been the baddest man on the planet. Shamzilla said the real rematches ain't happening. J Rock and Lubin need some James Brown get back. Goddamn me. Yeah, J Rock, he's oh, you talking about he needs some get back from Charlo, huh? Lala D said, but De La Hoya lost to all the big names. Still a great resume though. He didn't lose to all the big names. He did beat Chavez. He beat Sweet Pea Whitaker. Well, that's what they got on the books anyway. Some people felt like Sweet Pea Whitaker beat him. He beat Ike Corte. You know what I'm saying? He got a few wins under his belt. He did lose the big fights against Trinidad, against Sugar Shane Mosley, Bernard Hawkins, a few other guys. But he got some wins in there too though. Where I was at, That shit done, oh, it went all the way to the bottom again. Damn, I guess I gotta leave my finger on the screen and the shit don't move. I found it. 92 AKU said, no way Charlo hit Brian Adams with every punch. Nah, he ain't hit him with every punch, bro. That motherfucker Adams showed some decent defense in that fight, man. He was able to evade a lot of them shots from Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Short, man, he was able to get up under them a lot of them shots. Picasso said Canelo was a hype job. I ain't gonna say he a complete hype job, but there's some hype in there though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna fight no people that's in their 20s or nothing like that, man. He is gonna fight motherfuckers in their mid 30s. LJ said Rivera was his first fight at 147. That's what I'm thinking too. I think his last name was Rivera, and I think that was his first fight at 147.
Yeah,
Talking about Sugar Shane Mosley.
yeah, opportunist. Hey, Jacob Jennings, salute, fam.
Salute. 92 AKU said Canelo is a hype job and the hype is real. Goddamn, the hype real. Hey, Torres said Sugar Shane at 135 will put any current 135 pounder in a box. Goddamn, yeah, he was a bad man. I don't remember his record. I think he was like 28-0 with 25 knockouts or some shit, or 30-0 with 27 knockouts. It was something like that, man. He was a bad motherfucker. If somebody remember that shit, man, y'all put that in the chat for your boy. Shamzilla said B-Hop took Trinidad's dignity on, didn't he, man? Hey, and that was a tournament too, man. That was when boxing was boxing, man. I think we had Keith Holmes, we had William Joppy, we had Trinidad, and we had Bernard Hopkins in that four-way tournament, man. And that shit was just exciting for a motherfucker watching that shit when I was young. I remember when Trinidad went out there and destroyed William Joppy and had that motherfucker flopping around the ring like a fish. I remember with Trinidad went out there and dissected Keith Holmes. You know what I'm saying? And then he went off in there with Trinidad and did the same to him. Man, that shit made me a big fan of B-Hop, man, at that time. I'll tell you that for sure. Steven Styles said he right. Shane skipped 140 and beat Oscar twice. I think De La Hoya easily won the rematch. See, I remember a lot of people saying they felt like De La Hoya won the rematch. My man Voice TV said just stopping in to say salute and peace to the fam already, man. I got to go check out your video, too. Shamzilla said Josh Taylor better than Regis. Oh, hell no. I need to call in.
Hey, Mir, salute, fam. In the building.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you why though, man. I don't see Regis progress using the right hook. I see him touching people with a jab and working a looping left hand, straight left hand. He'll work a left uppercut, but I have not seen a fight where I see him hurt nobody with the right hook. You know what I'm saying? And I see Josh Taylor, like he dropped Baranchik in his last fight with a right hook. He worked both of his hands and shit. The fight that this fight reminds me of is Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko. Because when I looked at that fight, I ain't gonna lie, I picked Rigondeaux. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess I'm a Lomachenko hater. But when I was breaking down the fight, though, Rigondeaux, he was able to maintain the range with the lead hand and then put a hard left hand on you because he got a lot of power in that left hand. And I saw Lomachenko as being a more well-rounded fighter. He was using angles. He was using both of his hands and shit like that. And I see the same thing in this fight. I see a fighter in Prograis who's able to maintain range and work his jab and shit, but mainly use his left hand to really put something on his opponents. And I see a more balanced attack coming from Taylor. You know what I'm saying? And I think he got a little bit better defense, too, because he at least keep his hands up. Regis Prograis like to drop his hands a lot. And Taylor used angles better. Rougarou like to post up in front of you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's Taylor is a slightly better fighter. But hey, man, I cannot wait until the fight happens, man. That shit is gonna be that's probably the fight that I'm looking forward to the most. You know what I'm saying? Neutral Natural said the Ruiz Ice AJ, he gonna do it faster in 3 rounds. Goddamn me. Mark Wonderlick, what's up, bro? Salute Utah in the gym. Purple punch on deck. Yeah, man. I was doing bad, man. I was doing bad. I got me some platinum bubble right now, though. That shit got your boy right, goddamn man. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do nothing, man. But now I'm back on point. I had to hit up, bro. I was like, man, let's fire up a live stream, goddamn me. Your boy feeling good. Neutral Natural, appreciate that, bro. Christopher Diaz, I'm thinking that you saying that's the guy that Shakur Stevenson fought in his last fight that made me take him from the prospect level to the contendership level. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Benedict Emmanuel said the Michael Andrade has been trying to fight Charlo for ages. He was asking them when they can fight 2 years ago at Charlo's press conference. Okay, Demetrius Andrade. Oh, you talking to Michael? Somebody, Mark? Who you talking to? Somebody, goddamn. I don't think you're talking to me though. Picasso said I watched Hagler and Hearn the other day all the way through. Goddamn, you ain't gotta watch much. You ain't gotta watch the 3 rounds. Goddamn, that's what's up though. I saw it's a motherfucker on YouTube that be trying to call fights and shit. He had called that fight. It kind of made me kind of mad a little bit though, because I remember that y'all was asking me, y'all wanted me to call that fight and shit, Hagler versus Hearns. But he up in there, he tried to do his thing though. You know, he trying to have that energy and call the fights the way y'all boy Trey X be doing it and shit. But it's all good though. I'm gonna let the motherfucker live. David the Real Thomas says salute to the chat checking in late. Yeah. Steven Styles said I like Bud. I think he's going to disappoint at 147. I don't think he can hurt Thurman and definitely can't hurt Spence. If Thurman is right, the Thurman that we're used to will stop Bud. I don't know about that, man. I just don't think that Thurman, I don't think he combined his offense and defense quite good enough to beat Bud. You know what I'm saying? And plus, Thurman's not the biggest guy. Like when his last fight, when he fought against Riverside Rocky ain't a true 140 pounder, but if you looked at them at the weigh-in, they were about the same size. And Thurman, he only about 5'7". If you go look at BoxRec, they got him listed at like 5'7". He's not a big guy, you know what I'm saying? So I think Terrence Crawford matches up a lot better against Thurman than he does against Spence. Now, Spence, on the other hand, I don't think he's going to beat Spence. Spence is too big, he's too active. His last fight, he threw over 1,000 punches in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's a different story. But I do think that Bud can beat Thurman. You about to say something, bro?
Nope.
Who you taking that fight, man? Who you think out of Thurman versus Crawford?
You said Bud versus Crawford?
Oh, my bad. Against Thurman, I'm tripping.
Man, I'll take Bud over Thurman. I think
break it down.
I think Bud to break Thurman down.
Yeah.
I think Bud to break Thurman down. I mean, I think Bud got some excellent ring IQ. His body work gonna be right there. He's just gonna be a frustrating problem for Thurman. I don't think Thurman gonna be able to really hurt Bud in that fight. I don't think he's gonna be able to get to him. I think Bud make proper adjustments and shine on him.
One thing I can say about Thurman though, in his last fight, I thought he showed an improved jab. Because before then, I saw him mainly boxing on the outside and he'll jump in with pot shots. In his last fight, he was working that jab like a motherfucker against Riverside Rocky. And I didn't see that before that fight. You know what I'm saying? So I will say it do seem like he made a slight improvement since he's been gone. You know what I'm saying? But I still think that Bud would beat him though. David the Real Thomas said, I think Munguia is a fake title holder. Girls B&B, the belt BVB from a welterweight. Now they talking about him fighting Vargas. Yeah, he got it from a fucking Saddam Ali. So yeah, you square business on that. Saddam Ali wasn't a true 154 pounder, man. He was just he was able to take advantage of an old ass Kodo. That's all that was. Xavier the boxing there said, I won a vacant championship, goddamn. You talking about because of Lawrence Williams and nobody was up in that motherfucker? Nah, I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? You did come in late. You didn't come in on time. And shit, we had over 100 questions in that motherfucker, man. So you had to go in there in the gauntlet and go get that shit. You did your thing. So salute to Xavier the boxing there, the newest member of the championship squad. You know what I'm saying? Steven Styles said Amir Khan had fought only 12 rounds in 48 seconds in the last 3 years. Yeah, that's square business. I can't remember the name of that dude that he who was that? I think it was two Earl Spence leftovers. Phil LaGreco and the other guy, I can't think, Samuel Vargas or something like that. I think those were the two fighters. David, hold on. Lala D said also wasn't Karbov a last-minute replacement. That he was. I will say, though, that he was a southpaw and he was replacing a southpaw. Because, you know, he was supposed to fight Willie Monroe and Karbov came in and replaced him, you know what I'm saying, last minute. But that still is, you know, an advantage for somebody like Korobov, I think. You know what I'm saying? Because he always know, well, I'm pretty sure he had an idea that he could be a stand-in for Charlo. I mean, to face Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So you probably had him on his mind a little bit. And as a matter of fact, Korobov was in another fight. My bad. Korobov was in another fight, and then Willie Monroe tested dirty, and they pulled Korobov from that fight to fight Charlo. So that was probably a disadvantage for both of them now that I think about it. Mark Wonderlick said, is 92 in here causing problems? No, he seemed like he all right to me. I don't know. Benedict Emmanuel said Chris Eubanks is fighting John Ryder. I don't really know much about John except that he had a close fight versus Billy Joe Saunders, and he is Callum Smith's mandatory. Do you know anything about him? I do not, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not really good on the UK fighters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I guess I need to clean it up a little bit, goddamn. La La D said there's a bear shit in the woods, goddamn. You're goddamn right. 90K AKU. Hold on, David the Real Tommy, La La D, my future wife, boy. You better hold that down there, boy. Let me scroll down. Xavier the Boxing there said Tevin also fought Pedraza on a few weeks' notice or something as well as not working on his craft properly. Yeah, I give that to him, you know what I'm saying? But I still just didn't like the way he looked in that fight, bro. Pedraza looked like he took the soul out that motherfucker. Mark Wonderlick said, Paul Lil Tank T needs to go for a strap. Goddamn. David the Real Thomas said, Tank promotional company not fucking with the zone. All right. Brooklyn Child said, I got Nathan Gorman beating the boy. Damn, I got to go check out this Nathan Gorman then, man. I done heard a couple of y'all saying that they felt like he was going to beat the boy. I can't lie. I'm not just super impressed by the boy. You know what I'm saying? He's just another one of them big, strong, muscle-bound UK motherfuckers that we see from time to time, like a Anthony Joshua or Frank Bruno. Jacob Jennings, salute Marlo's Corner in the podcast, the entire chat. Much love to y'all. Like button smash. Definitely appreciate you coming through, bro.
Real,
David the Real Thomas and Mosley never fought at 140. Okay, so that means that my memory serves me correctly. I thought he did go straight from 135 to 140. Fought against that Rivera, fought against a sample guy, then fought against De La Hoya.
Hey,
Able to
21519, salute, fam. What's good with it?
yeah. Ava Torres said he didn't lose to all the big names, but he only lost to big names that said something. Yeah, that do say something, man. You know what I'm saying? And as good as he was, whenever I look at top 50 list and shit, De La Hoya ain't even in the top 50. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know how deep and how much history that we got in this boxing shit. Somebody like him not even in the top 50. 92 AKU said like Corte was his best win, and Ike was a beast. Yeah, Ike Corte was a goddamn beast, man. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people felt like Ike Corte won that fight. As a matter of fact, this dude named Rummy's Corner, he got a great channel here on YouTube. He got a video talking about Oscar De La Hoya's I think his 6 controversial wins or something like that. And he scored that fight for Ike Corte. And a couple of other people scored that fight for Ike Corte too. You know what I'm saying? So Xavier the Boxing there, 32-0 with 30 knockouts. I promised that came to my mind first, but I thought that I was going over 30 was fucking me up. But yeah, that sound right. That motherfucker Sugar Shane was a beast that lightweight. Mirror was going down, was good. Rod X the champ said Triple G is allergic to fighters who box full time, and Canelo is allergic to fighters in their 20s and at a proper weight class. Yeah, Triple G don't want nobody at 160 either. He wants you at 154 and move you on up, goddamn, like the Jeffersons. Hey man, who is the name of that brother that embarrassed me as a black man when he went in there and got knocked out by Triple G, man? The motherfucker had fought on Friday Night Fights a few times. I can't think of this dude's name. He was a brother. He went in there with Triple G and got his ass knocked the fuck out. That shit was embarrassing. Everybody was saying that he ain't even you know Triple G don't be wanting to fight Charlo and shit. They be like, who is he fought? And they be like, man, who is this motherfucker fought? I ain't talking about Willie Monroe. I'm talking about the other one that got knocked out by Triple G. That shit embarrassed me as a black man in America, man, when I see that shit. Hop say Prime Shane Mosley at 135 is one of my top 10 favorite fighters all time. So quick, but also so aggressive with pop. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Hey, Sir Ken, Junior the Truth. What's good with it, fam?
What's going down with you? Goddamn, hey, man, I've been running late in the mornings and shit, so I ain't been able to go in there and check you out, Junior the Truth, but I damn sure will be back. 92 AKU said the Canelo fought Laura at age 27. Okay, so Laura was 27. Yeah, so that was his last fight against a fighter of that age group, though. Since then, he hasn't fought nobody else in their 20s. And that was a long ass goddamn time ago, nigga. I think we had a whole nother president when that motherfucker fought a dude in their 20s. David the Real Thomas and Keith Holmes and Joppy, my friends, hometown dudes. Okay, that's what's up, man. Goddamn me, that was a player ass tournament that them boys put on. Mir said Laura was 31, I think, versus. Okay, so you don't even think Laura was in his 20s. I'm giving him props for him fighting the motherfucker Laura, man. I'll say, Trey, let's see if I'm right that we agree on the most underappreciated Floyd Mayweather fight. I think we do. The most underappreciated Floyd Mayweather fight to me is him versus Cotto, because everybody always say, well, you know, we like Pretty Boy Floyd, but we don't like Money Mayweather. Well, that was a Money Mayweather fight, and that was one of his most action-packed fights. I remember he would touch that motherfucker with the one, bring back the four to open up his guard, come back with the five right up the middle on his ass. That shit was beautiful, man. He stood right there in the pocket and fought the shit out of Cotto. So I think that's his most underappreciated win. People don't really talk about it. 92 AK, you said check, it's on Box Rec. What was you talking about? The motherfucker with 27? Let me scroll down. Rod Attempt said the roided up Canelo lost to an old man. Goddamn, yeah. For sure. Against Mayweather. Jacob Jennings said, I would rather watch the 80s welterweight division because no one was afraid to fight each other. I'm tired of these 5-year down the line dream fight. That's what we be talking about, bro. That's what we were leading off when we was talking about in this live stream. Because boxing has turned into an old man's game. When you go back and look at them older fighters, you'll see a 25-year-old versus a 23-year-old fighters fighting in their primes and shit. Hell, I told you, I went and watched Ezra Charles versus Lloyd Marshall from the fucking Black Murderers Row. Imagine that, nigga. That's a fucking super fight. You know what I'm saying? But like today, the biggest fight in boxing history was fought at a nursing home. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the game that we in, man. I'm with you though. I don't know a lot about the 80s though. I will say that. 92 AK, you said I was thinking of Trout. He was 26. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's around the same time area though. Trout and Laura, you know what I'm saying? That was all close. You about to say something, bro?
Yeah, that's because social media and the hype jobs they pushing up out there. Every time one of their hype jobs go down, they bring up another. You know what I'm saying? But that's mainly due to social media and hype jobs. They be lying, pushing these false narratives. You know, back then everybody was into the sport, following people from Olympics all the way to pros. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They could tell you motherfucker birthday. You know what I'm saying? What time you probably went to the bathroom around.
And also, like we were saying too, is because of the promoters. Boxing them went from a fighter's game to a promoter's game. Some of the goddamn promoters are more known than the fucking fighters that they promote. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at it in their perspective, they trying to build these fighters up so they can cash out on them and shit. Yeah. Instead of fighters just climbing up the rankings, becoming #1 contenders and winning championships and all that kind of shit, and let the money come with it. They put the money first and then let the other shit just fall how it fall. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the fans, basically. All right. Okay, David the Real Thomas said, I can't see Thurman stopping Spence. I can't either. I think he got a little bit better chance now because of his jab. I know y'all might think I'm crazy for saying that, but I think he got a better jab now. Before then, I didn't see him throwing the jab hardly at all. Errol Spence got one of the best jabs in boxing. But even with his little jab that he got now, I still don't think he can fuck with Spence. I think Spence got the better jab. He got the harder jab. His body shots and shit is all wrong for Thurman. We all know that he don't like the body shots. You know what I'm saying? I know he showed some excellent toughness and stuff. He'll take the body shot. He took one from Sean Porter, damn near turned around and broke out running. He took a body shot from Collazo, and that shit hurt him real bad. He showed toughness. He hung in there. I give him that. But he ain't gonna take one from Earl. See, them motherfuckers, they hit him with one body shot. Earl Spence gonna hit the motherfucker with 500 body shots, 200-300 body shots. Man, hey, it's a different story. Xavier the Boxing there said Thurman doesn't stop top welterweight. Yeah, he ain't stopped the motherfucker in a while though. Who was the last person that Keith Thurman stopped, man? That's a trivia question. Sam Zilla said Ruiz better get off them celebration. She got what that word is, bro. Chicarones. I don't know what that is. AJ talking ballerina, yoga, and Wing Chun classes. Goddamn, yeah. He gonna have to tighten up, man. I hope he ain't sleeping on those silk sheets and shit over there. He gonna have to turn up the heat in the gym and get back in the trenches again. Goddamn. Hey, your boy Trey X been on my goddamn fitness, man. Hey, I've been going in that garage. I call that shit the Inferno. That's Dante's Inferno, and I go in that bitch and get it in, goddamn me, in the heat. 92 AKU said it's hard to stop type fighters. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Picasso said, Bud versus Thurman is a great matchup. Bud versus Thurman is a great matchup. I think it's a good matchup. It's a decent matchup. I'm taking Bud, though. David the Real Thomas said, I messed up the spell check. All right. Jacob Jennings said, I would take Crawford because his ability to switch styles will be a problem for Thurman. He can make adjustments during the fight when he's comfortable the most. Yeah, that's square business. And he got a brain trust in his corner, too. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he get enough they get enough credit for how they work together. 3 coaches. You got 6 eyeballs fixed on you at all times, you know what I'm saying? And they all computing, and he's able to implement their instructions simultaneously, you know what I'm saying? It's really amazing how they do that shit. Main event, Mark, what's up, bro? Said Lord definitely beat him. You talking about Lord beat Canelo?
Hey, anybody try to figure out when the last time Keith Thurman knocked somebody out?
Yeah, throw it in the chat if y'all remember the last time Keith Thurman knocked the motherfucker out, because I don't even remember. It might have been Luis Collazo. Matter of fact, that's what it was. It was Luis Collazo. He the last person that Keith Thurman stopped because he retired on the stool. But I don't. Who was the last person that he just straight knocked out? That might have been somebody like Soto Carras or something, man. Or maybe
2013.
Huh?
2013.
Yeah.
Diego Gabriel Chavez.
Okay, I was thinking that too. I promise. I was thinking Gabriel Chavez. Gregory Wise said, I see Spence stopping Thurman by 6 rounds with a vicious body pounding. Goddamn. He didn't say a body shot. He said a body pounding because it's not going to be one. It's going to be a lot of them. Man, if Mar said, that's why I think Andre can beat him. Who you think Andre can beat? You think he can beat Canelo? That's what you saying? La D said, yeah, honestly, I had Laura win. I definitely had Laura beating Canelo when I first saw the fight in real time. You know what I'm saying? I thought he did a little bit too much running. He should have asserted himself a little bit more and made it clearer. But I do think he beat Canelo. Canelo couldn't really catch up to him. That's just what I saw. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to go to the body. He was trying to rush his way on the inside and shit. But I thought Laura was maintaining his range. And whenever he got, when he was in the right position, he dropped a little combination on that motherfucker. Move and groove on him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I agree. He's able to box in there. Crawford is the only man to outbox Khan, won every round. Yeah, that's true, man. But hey, what version of Khan was that though, man? That's a Khan that's 32, down there 33 years old and got knocked out a few times. Where is his confidence at? How is he feeling as a fighter after he done got put to sleep? Motherfuckers out there laughing at him, talking about Anthony Joshua knocking down his old lady and all kind of shit, that motherfucker, man. So I don't know, man. Mir said Cold Ball beat Katagi a few years ago. Yeah, that's Square Business, first person to beat him. Xavier the boxing there said I had it a draw. Terrible commentary. Who you talking about? Which one you talking about was a draw? Picasso said Laura did beat Canelo. F sent him in toilet water. D, what's up with it, bro? Said I'm late as fuck to the party. It's all good. Better late than never, goddamn me. Man, Event Mark said Gorman is slow as hell. Gorman, Dubois gonna fuck him up. All right, man. I gotta go check out Gorman. Man, David Martin said, I seen 2 of Gorman's fights. I fell asleep during both. Slow and underwhelming power for a heavyweight. Okay. Neutral, natural. Goddamn me. Should have been a champion. Well, I ain't going to say should have been. Shit, that motherfucker Xavier the boxing there might have had something to say about it. Said Dubois and Gorman will be future hype jobs. All right. 92 AKU said big, strong, muscle bound UK motherfucker. Yeah. Picasso said, is Spence fighting 3 times this year? I mean, after Porter, 1 more in December. Shit, I don't know, man. The motherfucker get to making a big ass checks and shit. And then you got somebody like Al Heyman that's gonna help you invest your money and do the right thing. You ain't gotta fight all the time. Unfortunately for us fans, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. That motherfucker J-Rock said that he's a millionaire and he has never received $1 million purse in a fight. And it's all based off his investments and shit that he made through Al Heyman. That's why they go up there and thank the motherfucker so much. So he do such a great job that they ain't gotta fight that much, man. Xavier the boxing there said, I'll fight anyone from 154. Yeah, you talking about Triple G punk ass. I'll fight anyone from 154 to 168, huh? All right, there we go. Right as the champ got it for me. Dominic Wade, man. Hey, man, that motherfucker hurt me to my race. I'm telling you, that motherfucker made me feel, man, hey, man, that was just a bad day for us brothers, man, when that Dominic Wade shit. Sir Ken, what's up with us at MARLO'S Corner? Salute. Salute to the wrenches and salute to the chat. Smash the like button. Jill, my man, Junior, the true salute. Mir talking about Curtis Stevens. Hey, that was another one. I forgot about Curtis, man. At least Curtis did have a moment in the fight where he tried to fight back. He just threw caution to the wind and he stepped to Triple G and backed this motherfucking ass up. So I will give him that respect. But Dominic Wade, he went out like a motherfucking sucker out there, man. God damn it. I see y'all with y'all Dominic Wade's main event Mark. Best morning show out there, yeah, for sure, man. I love you in the true live stream, man. Say this all love, goddamn. 92 AKU said Triple G allergic to B-level fighters too. He always sends them to hell, goddamn. Okay. I think that motherfucker a little bit overrated as a fighter, though.
Hey, Jacob Jennings, I see real talk, huh?
Neutral Natural said, I recall 78 calling Dominic a created ass fighter, huh, man? Shamzilla said he was from DC. Talking about that motherfucker, Dominic Wade. Picasso said, I remember when Ike Corte had fight of the year. I don't remember his fight of the year. I remember that jab he had, that bazooka jab on De La Hoya, putting that straight right hand on that chopping right hand, too. Shamzilla said he was from DC. Lala D said, for that fight, I was at a pool party with all Cubans and Puerto Ricans in Miami. I was the only Mayweather fan. Goddamn, don't be painting that picture and shit. Got everybody thinking about you at the pool and the thong and all that shit. Goddamn me, don't be painting that picture for them boys. Steven Stiles said Dominic Wade was the dude Triple G beat that embarrassed us for being black. What I'm talking about, man, they hurt me, man. When I saw that shit. Lala D said that for Mayweather versus Guerrero, I was surrounded by Bolivians and Guatemalans who hate Mayweather. Goddamn. Junior the Truth said them boys were moving and shaking, ducking the 80s too. It wasn't as prevalent, yeah, for sure. Steven Siles said, I'm an old head. The 80s were lit. Yeah, I'm only 34, man. So I don't, the 80s, I was born in 84, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really remember a lot. I got to go back and actually study the 80s and all that shit, which I haven't got around to doing yet. Lala D said, and for Mayweather versus Mosley, I was surrounded by Jamaicans who hated Mayweather, goddamn. Hey, she remind me of when I was in the gym as a youngster, when Sugar Shane, when he fought against De La Hoya, and when De La Hoya fought against Trinidad, those were some fun times, man. We'd be at the gym talking shit to each other, and then I come to the gym the next time after the fight shit, and knew, as soon as I hit the door, and knew, goddamn, they used to hate that shit. Hop said, and my mom used to get a little bet in them on them too. You know what I'm saying? She gonna whatever you want to bet. You want to bet some money? You want to bet a case of Michelob's, whatever. My mama gonna come take that money with that Mayweather shit. Hop said, yeah, that was the Mayweather fight I was talking about, Trey versus Cotto. Very good fight. Show enough, goddamn me. Hey, great minds think alike. Xavier the Boxing there said money before championships. Dillian White turned it down the unified champion because the money wasn't right, man. 92 AK, you say Steven Style, Triple G has none to whites, Mexicans, blacks, and even Canadians like my boy Steve Rose. I don't know what you're talking about. Steve Rose ain't having some shit though. Steven Style said Thurman the onlyest body with the only person with the power to hurt Spence. He scathed though. Spence body bags him in 6, goddamn already. Xavier the Boxing there said Crawford is a very underrated body puncher. Shit, he showed that against Ndongo. You know what I'm saying? He went to like the liver area with that looping left hand, I think from the southpaw stance, counter punch. That shit was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Crawford a good fighter, man. I ain't gonna just sit up here and shit on Crawford. He can fight. Lala D said he knocked out the person who asked him to fight Spence, goddamn. Brooklyn Child said, I got Thurman knocking out Pacquiao. I think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Pacquiao. And I think that jab is gonna suit Thurman well against Pacquiao. I just think it's out with the old in with the new. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this though, man, Pacquiao, he don't look like he's civilized yet. He look like he's still willing to wake up and put the work in. So I think it's gonna be probably a pretty tough, close fight. And from what I'm hearing, the card is gonna be stacked and shit. Y'all know we gonna call every goddamn fight. If a slug want to fight a snail, if my big toe want to fight my little toe, we gonna call the fight. So y'all make sure y'all come and check out that pay-per-view with us, man. You know the pay-per-views be like holidays and shit. Main event Mar said, yep, Luis Collazo 2015 retirement. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Xavier the Boston there said Lord Canelo was a draw to him. Okay, it was a good close fight. I thought Lord pulled it out though. Shamzilla said Thurman lost 1 round in his last fight after a 2-year layoff and people writing him off. Y'all sleeping on Ponytail. And they just don't like the fact that he got hurt in that 9th round against Riverside Rocky. And Riverside Rocky ain't just no top motherfucker at 147 either. So it really wasn't just no great look, you know what I'm saying? But Hey, we gonna see, man. Xavier said Crawford stopped Ndongo with a single body shot. Yeah, well placed body shot, man. I done said this several times, I'll say it again. Whenever you get hit in the liver, your body got a reflex that makes it want to lay horizontally on the ground. What this does is open up blood flow to the brain and shit. So whenever somebody take a liver shot, they automatically just want to go down. And that's what Crawford hit Ndongo with, if my memory serves me correct. Jacob Jennings said, well, Thurman going to unify his title with the same belt, but he won't unify the other titles, goddamn. Hey, you already know. Scroll down. Lala D said, did you see Steven's face when Triple G floored him? He was in shock. He was like, whew, what the fuck was that? Goddamn me. Hey, somebody get the license plate of that truck that just hit my motherfucking ass. Rod S. Champ said, Wade set us back 5 years with that performance. Oh, man. Square business. Lala D said, oh, Lord, please don't say he was from D.C. I think that's what they said he was from, too. Jacob Jennings talking to Marlo.
What's good with it, bro?
That'll be Rough House Boxing TV. Staff Sergeant Box. I am that boy Box. Y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to my boy Rough House Boxing TV.
Already,
do the best
man.
breakdowns in the goddamn game, even though we ain't got a breakdown in months, but we gonna let the man make it. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you?
Man, chilling. Just got into the party late, but better late than never. Sitting out on the back porch, you know what I'm saying? Smoking a square. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying this cool evening, man, listening to this good boxing talk.
Already. We'll get back in the chat. La D laughing, talking about somebody crazy. Junior the Truth said that thong, that thong, goddamn. Neutral Natural said Dominic Wade fighting bombs and light heavyweight or better journeyman now, goddamn. Man. Rod as a champ said, I watched Floyd versus Manny with a bunch of Manny Pacquiao fans, man. Hey, I watched the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight with my number one boxing partner or that I ever had. That's my mama, goddamn. That's the person that got me into boxing. Take me to the gym. She used to drive me like damn near 3 hours every day just to go to the gym with all the traffic and shit. So salute to my mom. I got love for my mom and shit. We watched the fights together. We watched a lot of fights. And that's the only thing that's like a drawback for me doing YouTube because I'm not able to watch the fights with my mom no more because I'm always, calling the fights and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to mom. King Louis in the building. Salute, man.
Yeah. Main event Mars said was the pool filled with round. Goddamn it, better not have been. Build a time machine in this motherfucker. Main event Mars said that would be nice. Goddamn. You better not be thinking about Lala over there, boy. Neutral Natural said, damn, your mama used to be stealing every nigga paychecks betting on Mayweather. Oh, yeah, she was killing them, bro. I always think, too, like, damn, how it would have been if she would have been parlaying all them Mayweather wins. Goddamn, she would have came up on some, goddamn, off Mayweather. Square business. Jacob Jennings said, I would be tuning in to the fight MARLO'S corner for Thurman and Pacquiao. Yeah, we got you, bro. Hey, Victoria said, my dad said at the time when Oscar De La Hoya versus Chavez fought, the tension between Mexico and Mexican Americans was high. Yeah, man, I like that kind of atmosphere, though. I really do. Just like I said, when the De La Hoya, when he fought against Trinidad, that was the most electric atmosphere that I remember in the fight build up. Like in the gyms and shit, everybody was talking shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was fun. De La Hoya versus Mosley, that shit was fun, too. But one of the most fun and underrated ones for me, too, is Earl Spence versus Kell Brook. When we was going up against the UK and shit, man, me and CSMHB, J-Dog, and Black Fight Fan, and all these motherfuckers, everybody be off in there talking that shit, and then we came out on top on them motherfucker. That shit was player, man, for real. Scroll down. Neutral Natural said, people looking at me crazy for saying Thurman knocks out Pacquiao in 5. I don't know about 5, bro, but I'm definitely gonna take run time, bitch. Run time. Goddamn, you still locked in on who you taking, bro, in the run time versus Pacquiao fight?
Man, I'm taking Pacquiao. I hope Pacquiao knock this motherfucking ass out.
Yeah, Rough House, you there? Who you think?
Man, I'm riding with Pac on this one, man. I don't know. I put it in the comment, man. Have y'all been checking out how Pacquiao look in his workouts lately, man? Man, that dude
got that good snack pack on, man.
Bruh, hey, ain't no Vita testing on this one either, man. Hey, Boo Boo got them power pellets, you know what I'm saying, in full supply for that boy. And I think the activity rate is gonna outdo Thurman. Pac gonna throw those 1,000 punches when he supercharged, and that's gonna carry him through, man. So I got Pacquiao.
And Sam Dilla say Like I said, I live in the Philippines. I don't feel my pain.
Yeah. I think it also matters how Thurman start the fight off. I think if Thurman steps to Pacquiao and put a little something on him early and set him straight, I think that'll serve him good going into the fight. If he just go out there and try to move and let Pacquiao hunt him down and all that shit, I don't think it's gonna be good for him. But hey, somebody, I think it was D-Lo that made a good point. He said that motherfucker Thurman ain't never impressed him in a big fight. You know what I'm saying? And I was sitting up thinking about it against Porter, against Danny Garcia. He ain't just going out there smoking these fighters. You know what I'm saying? So that do kind of give me cause for pause. But out with the old, in with the new, I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Runtime. Goddamn. Main event.
Salute, man. Welcome.
Hey,
Salute.
Trey, I got a
Yeah.
question there. If Pacquiao does win in this fight, what do you think that does for Thurman? Is that the end?
Well, I mean, he's still young and shit. Well, not just super young, but I think he'll be able to bounce back. It depends on how he loses. If you go
Yeah.
out there and lose a good, tough fight, close decision or something, I think he can come back. If you go out there and get styled on and knock the fuck out of something, that could be pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? I think the few fans that he still got that support him now, I think they'll be gone. They'll be
That's
new
what's
Earl
up.
Spence fans. Hey, man, we got a little bit of room on the bandwagon for y'all motherfuckers. Come on over, goddamn. Main event
Real
Monster.
talk.
Y'all see the odds for Gargoyle, pointy head, ass white versus Reeves? I might drop some moolah on Reeves. Don't do it. Well, I don't know. He might. That motherfucker, White ain't got the best stamina. I saw a little bit better stamina from, well, I don't know, man. Reeves ain't got the best stamina either. He was just able to just sit around and not do much and let Bye Jennings come out and get tired. But if Bye Jennings wouldn't have got tired, he would have won that fight easily. And I think that Dillian White can do a lot of those things that Bye Jennings was doing in that fight. So I gotta take Dillian White over Reeves, man. But hey, man, if you bet your money on who you want to bet on, goddamn, you're a grown man.
Hey, Mark Blake, Korean Word, Reese Mack. Salute, fam.
Salute to the Netherlands, goddamn. The IQ just went up. My man Reese Mack in the building. What's going down with you? Rough, I said, Pac has not been looking good in his workouts. Oh, Pac has been looking good in his workouts. Keep in mind, no vital testing. Is able to boxing there said 10 undisputed champions in the 1980s. Man. Jacob Jennings said Pacquiao throws nearly 100 punches around on average. Maybe he slowed down since he's older. Yeah, I ain't seen that 100 punches in a round since he got accused of being on them PEDs. Goddamn, I think I said the last time I seen that Pacquiao was against Cotto. Lala D laughing is able to boxing there said 5 from the 2010s and 2 of them were men. Goddamn. Hey, that we was thinking about the biggest fights and the biggest wins recently. And I think so far we got the 2 Charlo wins, the one over J Rock, one over Lubin. We was thinking about Andy Ruiz against Joshua. Who else did we say? I can't remember. But let me throw this one on the list. Carissa Shields versus Christina Hammer. That was a prime fighter versus prime fighter. And she went out there and took care of that business. You know what I'm saying? So that brings up that point, bro. Rakeem Lewis, salute. What's going down with you? Neutral Natural said Reeves knocking Lillian ass out in 6 rounds. Lillian Black cherry picking, thinking it's retina bad now, even though it's clear, goddamn me. All right, we're going to see, man. I'm going to have to go ahead and take the gargoyle, man. I'm taking the gargoyle on y'all boys. Lala D, salute. Picasso, salute to the moms already. Oh, yeah, man. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even be doing this shit. Wouldn't be doing no motherfucking, but I wouldn't know shit about boxing, man. She the one that took me around Curtis Cokes and all the motherfuckers and went through all that shit, man. So for sure. Lala D said, I hate that I didn't bet in favor of Ruiz. Goddamn, Shamzilla, salute. Steven Sile said, Tito Trinidad or Spence, I'm not sure. The first 7 rounds will probably be the best we've seen in years. I can't call that one, maybe Spence. I think I would probably have to go with Spence over Trinidad. It would be tough, though. It would be close, man. But I did see Trinidad struggle with a great southpaw and Winky Wright. And I know that Earl Spence ain't got the same type of skill set as Winky Wright, but he is a good southpaw. You know what I'm saying? And the type of punches he throws and shit. I won't be surprised if Trinidad is able to take off on Earl with a right hand because, you know, the right hand is good against a southpaw. But I just think overall, I probably have to go with Earl, man. It'll be tough. It'll be close, though. Lala D said, I'm betting in favor of AJ for the rematch. I'm taking Ruiz again. I'm taking 105-5 as an amateur Ruiz, man.
Yep.
Sam Zilla read that. Marlo read that. What'd you say, bro?
I was gonna say, and keep in mind, I know a lot of people probably said this already, man, but that's a short time for AJ to adjust, his game with things that he normally doesn't do or doesn't do well to get ready for Ruiz again, man. So he got a small amount of time to clean up everything that he needs to clean up in order to get in there and take that boy out.
Yeah, all right. Lala D said she got ponytail. Mir said once upon a time, Thurman. Reba Lou, what's up with it? What's going down? Said Thurman by unanimous decision. I can see that's what I'm thinking too, bro. Xavier the boxing there said then they said that Brooke was washed anyway. Yeah, I remember that shit, man. That was a good solid ass win, man. They was over there talking that shit. They wasn't saying it then. They talking about, man, that motherfucker Earl Spence, he like another Jeff Lacey and all this old weak ass shit. And then as soon as he go out there and beat the brakes off they boy, turned that motherfucker Kell Brooks, turned him from a boy into a man, had his ass on bending knee. Now all of a sudden he was washed up anyway. Yeah, that shit was real convenient, man. Junior the Truth said Pac-Man about to smoke Chief Keef out. Already goddamn Ohio player. Neutral Daddy said I'm going with mine and not with my mind and not my heart. And I don't like Thurman, goddamn. Yeah, I'm taking Thurman, man. I'm going with my mind and not my heart too. Jacob Jimmy said put some respect on Pacquiao name. And I ain't gonna tell you no more in my Birdman voice, huh? Neutral Daddy said Thurman is a 6-round fight. You think so? I never really saw it like that, bro. I thought Thurman I thought his championship rounds versus Sean Porter is what put him over the top for me in that fight because I had that shit tied up 5-5 going into the championship rounds. And I love the way that well, I ain't gonna say I like a lot the way Runtime closed that fight out. So I don't know if I see him as a 6-round fight. I don't know if I agree with that. Karan Bread said one time will be running like Seabiscuit by the 4 rail, goddamn B. He gonna crank up that motorcycle, goddamn B. Get on the move. Steven Stiles said Pac-Man ain't fearless like he used to be. Yeah, I mean, get them snack packs out your system, man, and your testosterone get back to normal and shit. It do take a little bit from you. That remind me of that, y'all remember that Knockout King 2000 back in the day? And if you beat the championship, like if you beat the story mode, they had that the rapper, his name was O, and he rap a verse. Matter of fact, when I'm calling fights and I say the ref called it off, who's the boss? That's where I got that shit from, that verse that he spit. Matter of fact, he was like, since training camp, been aiming at maintaining champ status, and at this, I can shock the world live. Round 5, I'm gonna put you on the canvas, bang into a corner, and take advantage. I could see it in his eyes when his pride vanished. His trainer and his covering screaming at him in Spanish. Yeah, I used to love that shit, man. Hey, y'all video game heads, I know y'all remember that shit. What'd you say, bro? I thought I heard somebody say something, my bad. Ava Torres said, Boo Boy got that connect on Filipino herbs from Pacquiao. Goddamn me already. Rodney's the chance that Thurman got to step to Manny the way he stepped to Garcia. I think he needs to step to him too, man. I don't see Pacquiao being a great fighter that fight going backwards. You know what I'm saying? Picasso said Snack Pack might have a little diesel in the tank, goddamn. Xavier the boxing nerd said Thurman is going to have to change his thing to once upon a time after he sees Pacquiao. Mark Blake's new to the Netherlands. Reese Mack, yeah, what's up? Rodney's the champ said if Manny beats Thurman, Thurman can fight Ugas or Granados. Yeah, that's a good one. Main event Mark said I got white, but I can't stand this punk ass. Yeah, Sam Zilla, run time. Sam Zilla said against Clotty, that no through 1200. Come on, what you mean against Clotty? He did throw a lot of punches against Clotty, man. Clotty got away from the uppercut against Pacquiao, though. He was shelled up and shit too much. I thought he could have hit that motherfucker with them uppercuts all night. He just stopped throwing the punch. Bonton, South D-Town, what's up with you, bro? Goddamn, man. I remember that other hood I was trying to tell you about. It was Highland Hills, man. Goddamn, I remember Bonton. I remember hearing about Highland Hills and a few more places, you know what I'm saying, when I used to live in Dallas. Neutral Natural said AJ get knocked out by Ruiz like David Price got knocked out by Tony Thompson, goddamn me. Neutral Natural say twice. What you talking about twice? I don't remember your other comment. Excuse me. Oh, you talking about I'm tripping. The comment is right above with your dumb ass X. AJ get knocked out by Ruiz like David Price got knocked out by Tony Thompson twice. All right, I got you. Bonton Saditon said Pac-Man and Keith Thurman on the juicer will be a knockout. It won't go to the decision. That's what my man Box, Mr. Box, was just talking about when he was up in his bed. Reese Mack said Kell Brook was actually winning the fight versus Spence halfway through. So to say he was washed up is just making up excuses. Brook was on his game that night. Yeah, he stepped straight to Spence, man. I ain't gonna lie, he heard me. He had me nervous as a hoe in church in that first round when he went out there and stepped straight too early. He looked just so menacing. But I ain't gonna say that he was just straight up winning though, because even in them times, Earl was putting them jabs on his ass. He was able to still deposit some body shots that was that paid dividends later on in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So Kell Brook, he did some good work, but I ain't gonna say he was just straight up winning. And as a matter of fact, at the time of the stoppage, all three judges had Spence winning in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So hey, shout out to Earl Spence, man. Let's go down. Neutral Natural said Runtime got the fastest legs at welterweight. Goddamn. Ali Dago said he had work listening to my brothers talk. That real shit. Appreciate you coming through, man. What's going down with you?
What's
you
good?
Know what I'm saying?
Go. Miser, I see you. Bottom South D Town. Salute, man.
What's going down? That's Bonton South D Town.
Oh, Bonton.
Jill. Neutral Natural said, why didn't Pacquiao fight Nate Campbell when he had 3 titles at lightweight and Pacquiao just had the WBC, but Pacquiao ducked undisputed in 2007, 2008, man. I don't have an explanation. You know what I'm saying? I'm still mad at Nate Campbell for getting his ass knocked out against, what's the name of that motherfucker? Bobby Lawler? I can't remember his name, man. I can't remember the name of the dude. I probably just named somebody from MMA with my dumb ass. But when he laid on the dude's chest and he let that motherfucker hit him with that left hook and knocked out Nate Campbell, man. Jacob Jenner said AJ is going to be like Mosley when he fought Vernon Forrest twice in the 90s. Goddamn, that was a badass matchup for Sugar Shane, though. Vernon Forrest had beat Sugar Shane as an amateur. You know what I'm saying? Vernon Forrest, man, he had them long arms. He had that jab and shit, had a little height. He could get that leverage and put a hard right hand upside your goddamn head. You know what I'm saying? That was just a nightmare, man. Vernon Forrest was a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Styles make fights, though. You see what happened when he fought against Ricardo Mayorga and shit. Picasso said Pac and Thurman is a cat fight. No dog in either one. If Pac wins, the Philippines going to be lit like the beauty pageant in 2019. Jill.
Hey, hey, Shamzilla, fuck that. I changed my pick. I'm standing behind that whack ass ponytail, man. They over there disrespecting the fam over there, man. Fuck
yeah.
Fuck Pacquiao.
Damn, I'm in the boat by myself now?
Hell yeah.
Oh, damn.
They say Pacquiao doing vinegar commercials knocking out black people and shit.
What?
Oh, for real?
Yeah. That's what Shamzilla got. You gonna read out and want to say it.
Pacquiao got vinegar commercials over here knocking out black people. Fuck Pac. These Filipinos gone wild over here talking shit. Man, I ain't even know about that, man.
Keith Thurman might be on his way to a commercial deal for some vinegar there.
yeah.
Shit. Hey, I'll still ride with Pac on this one, man.
Runtime, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Ali Dago said Pacquiao is an all-time great and an 8th division champ, and he currently definitely got the deepest resume out of all the fighters that's in the game.
Hey, I'm gonna be up in there. I'm gonna be there watching him like, run, Thurman, run!
That nigga gonna break them braces off his legs and shit. He gonna get the chopping, goddamn. Man.
Hell yeah. Then Keith was running.
Yeah, Ava Torres said Nate should have never done that. No, he should have done that shit. Got his ass knocked out, man. Rebalu said, man, fuck Pacquiao. Square business. Ava Torres said, R.I.P. Vernon Forrest. I was talking about him just the other day. Yeah, man. Vernon Forrest was a bad man. I'm going to tell you something, too, man. I used to love Sugar Shane Mosley, man. When I was growing up, it was all about Sugar Shane, Roy Jones, and Floyd Mayweather. Those were my 3. And I damn didn't want to cry when that motherfucker beat Shane like that. But let me tell you something, man. When I saw that motherfucker show up to that fight with them retarded kids sitting in the front row, because you remember Vernon Forrest used to work with them special needs kids and shit. When I saw all them motherfuckers in the front row, I had a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach then. Goddamn, I swear. I knew something wasn't right that night when I saw that shit. Reese Mack said, Trey, what is your favorite Don Dunphy call? The one that stands out to me is this call of the Lewis Kahn fight. The Lewis Kahn fight, yeah, that was a bad motherfucker, man. I think I do remember him saying some shit off there. But my favorite one from Don Dunphy would be Rocky Graziano versus Tony Zell. I think in the rematch. Hey, that was a badass fight, and Don Dunphy did a hell of a job calling that shit. I done got to where I like to go back and listen to a little Don Dunphy. You know what I'm saying? I like when he was I think I heard him call Muhammad Ali. I can't remember who the fuck I heard him call against, but yeah, that should be player though, man. Rod on the Roddy's attempt said I got run time by unanimous decision already. Rubaloo said, watch Pat get fucked up. Thurman gonna hurt him. I think he gonna hurt him too. And motherfucker Bomac said he think he gonna beat the shit out of Pacquiao. Bonton said D-Town said I'm going with Pacquiao too. He right there with Rough House. He in the boat with you, Rough House. You know what I'm saying? He in the boat with Sergeant Box, Staff Sergeant Box.
That's what's up. Hey, keep paddling. We're gonna make it.
Yeah. Neutral Natural, my man Gaines PP, goddamn, said Thurman is going to have those puffy ponytails when he fight Pacquiao. Oh man, goddamn, I don't even want to picture no shit like that, bro. David the Real Thomas said they say Spence the weight bully wasn't Kell Brook bigger than Spence. Yeah, Kell Brook was a big motherfucker, man. I wasn't too sure Kell Brook wasn't the best welterweight besides Earl Spence. I thought Kell Brook would have beat Runtime, fucking Porter, like he did, of course. And then I think he also would have beat Danny Garcia too. You know what I'm saying? Lala D laughing, talking about terrible. Junior the Truth say, damn, Picasso said Keith might win, but not without getting dropped in the second round. You think he gonna taste the canvas one time? I don't know, man. I ain't never really seen Runtime on the canvas, so I can't just say that. You know what I'm saying? He shows pretty good toughness. I mean, I can't take away from Keith Thurman, man. I mean, I just saw he was in a tough fight against Gabriel. What's that motherfucker name, man, from Argentina? The one that we said he knocked the motherfucker out. I can't even think of his name. Gabriel Chavez, man. I saw he took a hard shot against Jesus Soto Carras. Soto Carras hit him with like a looping right hand, or might have been a left hook early in that fight. Keith Thurman took that shit. You know, Soto Carras, he did beat the brakes off of Andre Berthold, had him looking like Martin when he fought against Hitman Hearns and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Keith Thurman, he tough. You know what I'm saying? He can take some shit. So I'm gonna say that he ain't gonna get stopped. I'm gonna say he ain't gonna even get dropped. Lala D said they going to hell. What y'all going to hell for, man? I ain't going to hell, goddamn. I'm a good man. I'm going. Heaven gonna open up them gates, goddamn me. Neutral Natural, my man Games PP said fights that made you cry, almost at least. I'm gonna tell you something, man. The fight that did, well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. That motherfucker, Sugar Shane, when he lost that fight, that was hard for me. But the fight that what's that boy named James Kirkland, when he fought against that Puerto Rican fighter, I can't even think his fucking name, but he got the tattoos and shit, and he beat the brakes off this kid, and the kid, he could barely even open his eyes. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the Puerto Rican kid that got the taper fade. And in the corner, his coach was like, man, open up your eyes. Open your fucking eyes. And I'm sitting here like, man, this dude is getting the brakes beat off of him. James Kirkland is beating this dude. Like, he hit him with like 40 punches around. And Wolf, she over there. You go out there and beat this motherfucker. Now I'm talking about in between every round. She just firing this nigga out, firing him up. And he going out there putting all type of hands on that boy. That shit there had me very upset, man. I was hot about that shit. Of course, if you want to go historically, we could talk about Ali versus Larry Holmes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that fight right there with James Kirkland, man, that shit made me mad. I wish I could have a good round with his trainer that day. Man, I'll beat the brakes off that motherfucker. Square business.
Salute, fam.
Salute. What's going down with you?
Man, I think the one that brought tears to my eyes was Tyson and Buster Douglas, man. Because
that was a beautiful performance. That should have been tears of joy. Goddamn, you looked at some heart shit,
man. Because I was riding with Mike so heavy there, man, and it broke my heart, man. Brought my spirits down. And plus, I still say that nigga got the long count. So I still hold that.
I forgot about this one. Roy Jones Jr. got knocked out versus Antonio Tarver. That was hard.
That one hurt me too.
Yeah, that hurt me real bad, bro. I remember I didn't even have access to HBO. I just literally went out in the neighborhood and just walked around until I saw a house with a door open that had a big screen in that motherfucker. And I literally walked up to the house, and he had the fight on too. He had on HBO. I saw the telecast. And I asked the dude, I was like, man, can I watch the fight with you? And that motherfucker was like, yeah, man, come on in, youngster. Goddamn me. We watched the fight. And that motherfucker got knocked out, man. I was sad as fuck when Roy Jones got knocked out. What's yours, bro?
Hey, he said what?
What's your fight that made you emotional?
Brought you to tears almost.
Hey, didn't Roy Jones get knocked out by Glenn Johnson first?
Nah, he got knocked out by
Nah, it was
Tarver
Tarver
first.
first, and then
Yeah,
Glenn Jones after.
yeah, Glenn Johnson afterward.
Yeah,
Who your
Johnson.
fight? What's your fight that made you emotional, made you damn near want to cry?
Well, oh shit! Well, I'm finna say both of them had ran me the wrong way. Man, I was hiding the motherfucker.
Yeah,
I was treating like a motherfucker, but
By the
Probably the Tyson fight the most. Buster Douglas.
yeah, hey, by the time he fought Glenn Johnson, bro, Roy was completely changed, man. That Tarver knockout, man, it took a toll on him, and that's crazy because we talk about all the time about fighters being defensively irresponsible. Roy was that dude through his whole career. He relied on his speed, his quickness, his reflexes. Wasn't always in the best defensive posture or position, man. And I watched that fight not too long ago, man. And when Tarver threw that was a left hook that caught him, Roy was trying to jump back out of the way, and it just got timed perfectly, and he literally jumped right into that hook. I was like, "What the fuck? No!" And watching it the other day, bro, it still had me like, no, Roy, don't go that way." But
Hey,
hey, that's what it did.
that old man put that nigga in a coffin. I see you in the chat too, Roddy. Man, I thought that was the first time. I think that was worse. That nigga was on there. They made a pillow out of towel for his ass.
Yeah,
I
But he
know
always
they had him looking bad on the internet too. They were playing that song, "Don't Wake Me, I'm Dreaming," and all that shit. I was like, oh man, and it looked like Roy was singing the words too when he was on the ground, bro.
hey, he always leaving his chin out there though. And I think that's what got him. Man,
yep,
mentally stuck in them old ass ways, and he got
yeah,
caught.
man, yep. Hey, but hey, on the flip side of that, one that brought me tears of joy was that Ruiz and Anthony Joshua one. Hey, that one took me to a place I hadn't been in a long time watching boxing. In most cases, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. Hey, I'm gonna jump back in the chat. Ali Dago said, "I hope Pacquiao whoops Thurman ass." But with that said, I'm picking Thurman to win the fight because he's 10 years younger and 10 years, stronger. Goddamn, I'm tripping. Jacob Jennings said, "Thurman, you're not your own boss," as Floyd Mayweather would say. "You're just now getting a pay-per-view fight because of Pacquiao, nigga, please." Reese Mack said, "Yeah, Dunphy did call Ali Frazier 1 and 3. Okay, I don't remember that call though. I remember the Rocky Graziano versus Tony Zell call. That's what I was talking about earlier. I saw Ali. I heard him call the Ali fight. I just can't remember who the fuck it was. I know it was somebody. It seemed like that was kind of slower and fought more methodical. I can't remember who the fuck it was though. Stam Zilla said, "I've been over here 7 years, family. If you seen what I see, you would never support Pacquiao." I ain't surprised to hear nothing about, racism toward black people, though, bro. I ain't never surprised to hear that shit. Neutral Natural said Kell Brook ducked the Jesse Vargas unification fight, goddamn. He probably would have beat Jesse Vargas, too. Sam Zilla said, "I'm going to post a Pac-Man commercial on his Instagram," all right? Jacob Jennings said, "I eat my crow like a man. I'm with your rough out boxing TV and Pacquiao loses." All right, April Torres said, "Being honest, I like Pac-Man, but his legs weren't as fast for Broner. But if he comes in ready, he's going to do what he does best. But Thurman been talking a lot of smack, so he's got pressure to back it up. And he ain't never fought a fight on this level either. Like my man just said, he ain't never even had a pay-per-view fight. You know what I'm saying?" David the Real Thomas said, "Fuck Pac-Man. This bid's a ratio fight. I fought a lot with the Pacquiao Pactars. Remember, they called him Gayweather. I went them, okay. I went with him or something." Neutral Natural said he would rather go up to 160. My bad, I got a phone call real quick and shit. Neutral Natural said he would rather go up to 160 to fight it against Triple G instead of Vargas. Yeah, I thought that shit was crazy, man. They were just doing that shit for that money. But they also might have thought they had a chance to beat Triple G, man. Because Triple G, his head moving and shit ain't the best. He don't transition from defense to offense. He was an older fighter and stuff like that. So they might have thought they saw something weak in Triple G. And they shot for
Yep.
greatness. If he would have went out there and beat Triple G, wouldn't have nobody been saying too much. You know what I'm saying? Derek McGee, salute. David the Real Thomas said, "This fight is just like I went through with over Ward, goddamn. Yeah. All that Kovalev and Ward shit. My most satisfying fight that I got a chance to see was Earl Spence when he beat Kell Brook. Because the internet, it ratchets up the intensity of fights. Like I remember before the internet came along, like the fights were good and they were intense. But when you arguing with somebody 24 hours a day on the internet, that put even more pressure on you to want your fighter to win. And when Earl Spence went over there and brought back that IBF strap from the UK, man, I was the happiest motherfucker in the world. I kept that fight on my DVR for I don't know how long. That motherfucker was on there for a few years. For real. Neutral Natural said James Kirkland was a good fighter. He just was so inactive and always made bad decisions. He didn't have the best chin either. And when he was away from Ann Wolf, it wasn't good for him. Sir Ken said Thurman has never been on the floor, but Lopez damn near had him on the floor in the 7th round. Yeah, he did. I down there had him out the door, huh, man? Smooth Teddy B said, hold up, Trey. You have to do that to Bob Gorman and Joyce Jennings fights. Okay, Joyce Jennings. Oh yeah, Joe Joyce versus Brandon. What's that motherfucker name? Bye Jennings. Yeah, with his punk ass. Yeah, man, I'm taking Jennings in that fight though, man. Joe Joyce, I just can't see it, man. Joe Joyce is a big weak motherfucker to me, man. But we gonna see, man. I'll definitely call that shit. Junior the Super Child. Junior the Truth. I'm talking about. I keep on thinking the Super Dog. Said I never cried from boxing. But I cried when the Junkyard Dog lost a tuxedo match to Mr. Fuji in my hometown. So I'm fucking crazy. Neutral Natural said Eddie Hearn ruined Kell Brook with that one fight, oh man. Reese Mack said I never cried from boxing, but Ali Holmes made me come close. That's why I was saying if you want to go historical, thinking about something like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the
D-Lo 404, salute, fam.
D-Lo 404, I went and checked out your Keith Urban video earlier, bro, but I forgot to leave a comment. So I got to go back and revisit your video and shit. He said he don't feel like Father Time is going to play a part in this goddamn fight. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see, man. Appreciate that goddamn super chat. He said y'all already know. Appreciate that shit. Made me lose my place in the chat, but I suppose that's a good reason. You know what I'm talking about? Where the fuck I'm at, man? Let me scroll down. Hold on. Okay, Ali Dago said Roy Jones getting knocked out and Pacquiao getting put to sleep by Marquette. That made you emotional? Or that made you happy? That made you you say Jones getting knocked out, so I guess you was hurt to see Pacquiao get knocked out. That shit was funny to me, man. Picasso said it hurt me to watch Holyfield versus George Foreman. You didn't like that shit? Shit, Holyfield putting them beats upside his goddamn dome. Rod S. the champ said Jones versus Johnson. I literally thought Jones was dead, huh, man? Hey, I got emotional when I saw Mikey Garcia knock out Dave John's lot teaching him. I thought he was hurt for real, man. I thought the motherfucker was gone. Picasso said, don't cry, big dog, goddamn me. Ava Torres said, rewatching Margarito versus Cotto kind of makes me sick. Thinking Margarito would have had those raps in, but really seeing Roy Jones Jr. lose to Kazagi, oh, man, that made me upset. And Oscar De La Hoya losing to Pacquiao within weeks of each other was a heartbreaking goddamn man. Junior the Truth said also, hold on, I think I see a super chat. Appreciate that from La La D, goddamn me. I see a comment, you talking about my singing and shit. Don't be talking about my singing, girl. Goddamn me, I might be outside your window serenading your ass one of these nights or something. Goddamn. Well, I'm in the chat. Reese Mack said, yeah, I hate this. Okay, seeing Glenn Johnson knocked out by Roy. Junior the Truth said, I also cried with Macho Man Randy Savage hit Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in the throw with the ring bell. Yeah, ADS Pro. So Paul Williams versus Sergio Martinez. That was tough. That was tough. Lala Lee said, Trey, stop. Roy wasn't singing the damn song on the ground. I thought she was laughing at my singing. Yeah. That's what they were saying. It looked like he was singing on the ground, man, when he was knocked out. Well, Games PP said Antoine Douglas gets knocked out by Gary O'Sullivan was sad, and the way Lamont Peterson got knocked out was sad, but it didn't make me cry, but it made me think long and hard. Yeah, for sure, man. Even when Antoine Douglas, when he fought that one motherfucker that got locked up for that chocolate and shit, Cat Zeetse, what's his name was? Something Cat Zeetse or some shit. The first dude that beat the brakes off Antoine Douglas, bro, that was rough. Picasso said, yep, AJ versus Ruiz was overdue. Yeah, overrated fighter getting knocked down and knocked out. Yeah. Rod as a champ said Tyson versus Holmes was bad one to watch too. Yeah, man, but that shit was funny though, bro. It looked like that motherfucker Larry Holmes said he was scuba diving or something when he fought against Tyson, when he took that looper right hand. Sam Zilla said, call me old, but that Pernell Chavez decision had me heated, man. I hate you even brought that shit up, man. That motherfucker one of my favorite fighters of all time. And I hated he didn't get his just due in that fight. Square business. Murray said, Marquez knockout pack brought tears of joy. Hell yeah. That shit was funny to me, man. Lala D said Kara Brooke was nasty towards Spence too at the press conference. Yeah, talking about them chocolate brownies and all that weak ass shit. D-Lo say salute to the chat. I hate that I missed it. My notifications got all fucked up. I would catch the replay. He said he got to go to bed, this motherfucker. All right, bro, we catch up to you. Lala D said, hell, even Holmes himself cried after beating Ali. Goddamn, but he didn't want none of Unc, though. That motherfucker might as well call himself Larry Stay at Holmes. Sucker.
Said he had to change his name to Low Ceiling, huh?
Yeah. The motherfuckers had that bird flu jumpy. Half of the time said I didn't cry, but when Cotto got broken down by Margarito, I was depressed for a week. I couldn't figure out how those little punches busted Cotto's head so bad. Shit, we see why. But hey, man, Margarito showed a hell of a 10 because Cotto was hitting that boy with all kind of shit. And he was able to still come through them punches. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Fuck the punches. I just don't understand how he took all them punches. David the Real Thomas said they so bad they let a lot of racism toward an American. I don't know what you mean. Neutral Natural said that Martinez versus Cotto was sad. How Martinez cornerman didn't care about his own well-being despite the knee injury. Yeah. Square Bennett. John Lejeune was good. What's up with you? David the Real Thomas, the gold medal winner, the last man. I don't know what he talking about. The boxing creed 215. What's up with you, bro? Hold on, Lala D said, did you get D-Lo super chat? Yes, ma'am. I absolutely got the super chat. The boxing creed said smash the like button for the fan one time. Definitely would appreciate that shit. Our last fight call, we got over 200 likes for the first time, and it stuck. We got up to like 260 or something like that. That shit was player. Excuse me. Gaines P said Andre Berto versus Paul Williams, who wins in 2008. I think Williams beat the brakes off that fake ass shoulder. Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. If he let Robert Guerrero go out there and do what he did, what you think Paul Williams gonna do to him? That'll be bad. David Real Thomas said I'm getting jumped by white people because I said on video it has Lions versus Floyd fight. Bro, you must be on some good ass gas or something tonight, because I don't know what you talking about in none of your chats, goddamn. That man is a new Marshall Simmons in this motherfucker. Mir said Spence dog walking Mikey was satisfying. Yeah. Derek Bailey salute was going down with you. Ava Torres said, but when Marquez put Pack to sleep, I was alive. Beers would drop. Tostadas were thrown across the room. We were cheering so loud. Yeah. Already. Brooklyn Child said it hurt me when Kasazu sparked out Zab Judah. To this day, I can't watch that. I like, yeah, I know you up there in New York and shit where Zab Judah come from. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was a Zab Judah fan back in the day. I remember when I seen him on Friday Night Fights and shit, and he was knocking them dudes out. I was like, man, how could this dude be beat? You know what I'm saying? But he seemed like he was nervous against Kasazu though.
Hey,
I think his nerves got the best of him.
That's my favorite knockout of all time right there, man. That Costa Zab Judah one, man. Whenever I'm depressed, I just play that and watch it, nigga, and I'm happy again. That shit tickled the shit out of me every time I watch it, man.
Man, Wilder versus Stavern in the rematch is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
That came from. Hey, John Luke G.U. Salute, fam. Derek Bailey, salute, fam.
Yeah, 88 Sports House said I was happy when Sugar Shane Mosley punished and knocked out Margarito. Hell yeah. Styles make fights, don't they, man? David the Real Thomas said Floyd and Loma puncture face to face. I don't know what this motherfucker done popped a bar in this motherfucker. Something. Hey, man, kids don't pop bars, man, because I don't know what the fuck you talking about in the chat. Reese Max said, yeah, seeing Margarito get chopped down by Shane was satisfying. Yeah, that was player. Neutral Natural said Berto Oz was looking like he was a goddamn alien. When you talking about when he fought against Robert Guerrero grabbed that motherfucker and beat the brakes off his ass.
Shoot ya.
Lala D talking about something funny. David Real Thomas said, this is phone. All right, it's your phone then. Ava Torres said Zab needs to stop fighting. Yeah, I assume that he will. You know what I'm saying? Mir said Wilder Stavern too. Yeah, that was funny as fuck. That was my favorite one. A lot of people felt like Wilder had knocked him out with that left uppercut, but if you actually look closely, after he hit him with that left uppercut, he hit him with a right hand right on the chin. And that's when that motherfucker Stavern fell down scorpion style. You know what I'm saying? Bent the fuck up out there. Right, there's a chance that my favorite knockout was Tyson versus Burbick. Yeah, that was Burbick had that ugly ass, raggedy look on his face and shit. But I like when Tyson knocked out Reggie Gross, man. I love the way he was slipping them shots and he cocked that left hook and hit him with the perfect left hook. I know a lot of the historians talk about the perfect left hook was Sugar Ray Robinson when he fought against Carmen Basilio. But I love that left hook that Tyson landed against Reggie Gross. That shit was beautiful.
Hey,
Sam Zilla said,
what about Hitman? That tattoo Hagler got on his back of Hitman. That tattoo gonna look like that thing from Coming to America. That lion that Eddie Murphy had on.
yeah.
Hey Trey, hey question, man. I know I'd have asked you this before because I can't ever remember the nigga name. What was the dude that Roy Jones knocked out, man? And the dude looked like he was having a nightmare on the ground with his eyes open.
I don't remember the name of that guy, man. I know what you're talking about though. When he rolled over and shit, that shit looked crazy like a goddamn
Oh my nigga. If anybody in the chat know that dude name, man, throw it in the chat.
Yeah, the motherfucker, he had him on the ground looking like Night of the Living Dead or something.
Yeah.
Sham Zilla said that Major Taylor Chavez fight had him crying. Said I think Chavez was on that Mexican meat, goddamn. Hey, I think that's an underrated performance by Chavez though, man. I know everybody think Major Taylor was lighting him up, putting them lightning fast combinations, but Chavez was hitting that man with some hard ass blows, man. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people felt like Richard Steele shouldn't have stopped the fight. He probably shouldn't have. But I don't know how Taylor would have reacted if he would have got hit again. Because Chavez was going to run over there and he was going to try to hit that motherfucker again. I can't really just blame Richard Steele, though. I got to blame Lou Duva for distracting Mildred Taylor, getting up on the apron and shit. Instead of Taylor looking at the referee, he looking over at him and shit. And Taylor didn't act like he wanted to fight, man. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't looking at Richard Steele acting like he ready to go. So I don't really just fault Richard Steele too much for stopping the fight. I thought Chavez put some hard ass shit on that man, you know what I'm saying? But it was heartbreaking to see what happened to Taylor after that, especially seeing where he came from. That motherfucker was a bad boy. 1984 Olympic team, won a gold medal. The kid, goddamn. I think he fought like what until not that long ago, if I'm not mistaken, too. Lala D Lab Neutral Natural said Al Heyman hit that fight off YouTube, Berto versus Guerrero. Okay, I didn't even know that shit, man. I see why. David Real Thomas said, "This is my phone. You can understand when I keep saying Ward, the last male gold medal winner. Goddamn me, I got you. So Ward is the last United States gold medal winner. All right." Ava Torres said, "When Hopkins took Pavlik to school, I was loving that one. That was a historic performance. Hell yeah, man. That was, man. I also like when he fought against what's the motherfucker, man, from Canada? The motherfucker, he fought when he whooped him and he whooped that other boy, that Tavares Cloud, when he was doing them push-ups and shit on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Bernard Hopkins, bad motherfucker. Right, as the champs and Hearns versus Duran was brutal too. I was thinking about that shit when somebody up on the panel was talking about Hitman Hearns. That right hand that he landed on Duran, man, that shit looked demonic. 88 Sports Talk said I was happy when Hopkins dropped Oscar with a liver shot. Yeah, that motherfucker Oscar didn't belong up there anyway, but I think they fought at a catch weight. If I'm not mistaken, Oscar De La Hoya fought Bernard Hopkins at 157 pounds. The Boxing Creed said, what was y'all most painful knockout? For me, it was Roy Jones versus Tarver. I'm still eating crow to this day. Yeah, we was just talking about that shit. That's my fight right there. Games PP said, why didn't Chavez Jr. move up to 154 to fight? Why didn't Chavez move up to 154 to fight Terrible Terry Norris? Because Terry Norris, I don't know why, but shit. Terry Norris a bad motherfucker. He might not want them bees put upside his goddamn head. Abner Tyson said Chavez Taylor was a good stoppage in my book. Doesn't matter how much time was left. He wasn't responding to Steele. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I say too, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just looking at the effects of the fight, that shit fucked up Taylor for life. I still see Chavez sipping Tecates and calling fights and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would say he got the better of that exchange, in my opinion. Picasso said I was sad for Bundo. You talking about when he got his ass knocked out against Earl? Reese said the fighter Roy turned into a zombie was Art Serrano. Okay, that do sound familiar to Art Serrano. I ain't gonna forget that.
Yeah, shit. That's him.
That's African sci-fi scholar. What it do? What's up, bro? Hey, Victoria, appreciate that, John Pascal, man. Y'all gotta help me with them names, you know what I'm saying? But believe me, promise y'all, man, I know a little bit about this boxing shit. I'm just not good with the names. Brooklyn Child said it's satisfying anytime Wilder knocks somebody out. Yeah, especially when somebody that talks shit like Dominic Brazil and Bermaine Stavern. That shit was just very satisfying to see that shit in the first round. Neutral Natural said, what the fuck happened to Tavares Cloud, man? Hey, man, when you go out there and get dissected by a motherfucker, man, that can take away your confidence. I can see it in his eyes when his pride vanished. So I don't know exactly what happened to the motherfucker. David the Real Thomas said, who you think would have won? Bernard versus Ward, 168, boring technical fight. I don't really see Ward fights being boring and technical. They are technical. I just don't see him as being boring. But I'm going to take Ward in that fight, though, man. It'll be a hell of a fight. But I think if Bernard Hopkins, if he try to use his dirty tactics against Ward, that shit'll backfire on him. Ward is the absolute last person that you want to use your dirty shit against because he don't give a fuck. He'll come hit you with a Muay Thai elbow or whatever he got to do. He will fuck you up. So I think that'll work against Bernard Hopkins against Ward. Haplotype said, I like when Hearns right turn Quavos to Jello. I don't even who the fuck is Quavos, bro. I don't even know what that is, man. Quavos. I don't even know what that is. Picasso said, I felt sad for Bondo. Blooded up the whole fight. He fights out of Mayweather's cow, goddamn shit. He got his ass toe up. Abel Torres said, Chavez too small for 154. He was too small for 147 to begin with, all right? Excuse me. Brooklyn Child said another one that was hard to watch was when Sergio Martinez knocked out Paul Williams. Paul Williams was my guy. Yeah, that no-look looping left hand. God damn, right on the chin. David the Real Thomas said, now we have Shields, two-time gold medalist, Gia. And she is the winner of one of the most the best wins in recent times, you know what I'm saying, with it, Christina Hammershed. Lala D said the difference with the Wilder fights is that we want to stick it to the fans and the hating ass ex-boxers more than the opponent. Yeah, that's square business. You know what I'm saying? They be hating on Wilder, man. The detractors or the critics, the ex-boxers and shit, even ex-heavyweight boxers. That's why I like Evander Holyfield, though, because he be saying some good positive shit about Wilder. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no hater like them other motherfuckers. David the Real Thomas says, so Canelo is the new Oscar. Yeah, for sure. Reese Mack said, Pepino Cuevas. I don't know, bro. I got to go back and look, man. Y'all know I'm young, man. I'm 34. I don't be knowing all of you fighters, so I got to go back and check them out. The Boxing Creed said, great. Ward versus B-Hop would have been a good fight. I think so, too. I see you half of the type. That don't tell me. That don't let me know nothing, goddamn. The African Sci-Fi Scholar, appreciate that. Excuse me, that super chat said showing support. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? The African Sci-Fi Scholar said, Calzaghe, Clown, and Hopkins, Jones, Lacey hurt my soul. Yeah, not Lacey, though, bro. Lacey, he was all right. He didn't really have a lot, though. But, yeah, against Jones and Hopkins, I both picked them to beat Calzaghe. But I will say this, though. Calzaghe, he don't get enough respect for his Bernard Hopkins win. Because look what Bernard Hopkins went on to accomplish after that. I know he was an older cat, but he was still in the game. You know what I'm saying? And he went back and he accomplished a lot after that fight. So I got to give Calzaghe some kind of credit for that shit. Roy Jones, not so much. And Roy Jones dropped his ass with a right uppercut. I thought he could have stopped that motherfucker. Omega Red, salute to the corner. What's going down, bro? Lala D said, I know sometimes that must make Wilder feel a bit sad. Yeah, to have his own, the people that he look up to have them talking down on him, I'm pretty sure it do. But the type of person that he is, I think that probably also lights a fire under him too. You know what I'm saying? So it probably helps the motherfucker. David the Real Thomas said the casuals can hold on. The casuals can think they boring or something. All right. Derek Bailey said Mike Tyson hates on Wilder real hard. Yeah, I mean that's understandable though. You know what I'm saying? He want to be the king of the power and all that kind of stuff. So he don't like the sight of a motherfucker like Wilder that can knock your ass out with one shot, put you to sleep. Neutral Natural said Oscar De La Hoya more talented than Canelo Alvarez. I don't know about that though, bro. The type of combinations that Canelo throw, you know what I'm saying? Canelo, I think he has some of the best mirror neurons in boxing history. Mirror neurons are like whenever you watching something, your body actually practices alone. So like if you're watching a basketball game in your brain, your mirror neurons are practicing basketball. And Canelo, and what this does, this helps you learn and shit and adapt. And Canelo, he seems to have some of the best mirror neurons. He can look at your style and he can just take the best aspects from your style just looking at him. That kind of remind me of somebody like Kid Chocolate, because you know he learned boxing from just watching boxing on TV. He didn't even get formal training. Even somebody like Benny Leonard, I think Benny Leonard didn't have formal training when he started boxing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that can just look at you and pick up your the subtleties and pick up shit that you're doing. So I don't know, man. I think Canelo was very talented. He didn't even have an amateur background. And Canelo just went pro 15 and he got to where he is today. I'm not sure if Oscar De La Hoya could have done that. Just go pro without no amateur background. You know what I'm saying?
African sci-fi scholar. Appreciate you, fam. Salute.
Yeah. David the Real Thomas said she rated higher than Lomachenko, goddamn me. Yeah, you talking about Carissa. Reese Max said Trey. I think you'll get a kick out of watching Tommy Hearns knock out a Pepino Cuevas. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I go check it out, bro. So I got him and I got that Gorman dude that Daniel Dubois supposed to be fighting. I'm gonna watch them fights. 88 Sports Talk said, damn, when Tommy Hearns knocked out Duran, wow, he was sleep. Whenever you hit a motherfucker and they fall forward, they ain't getting up. I don't think I ever seen a fight where a man fell forward on his stomach and got up. Lala D said, I know it affects Spence when the ex-greats don't support him. I think for the most part, though, with these fighters, I think that shit will motivate them. You don't get to where you are today by getting offended and getting sensitive when people doubt you. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody like Earl. Earl got a relatively late start in boxing. He started fighting when he was 15. So he came in behind the 8 ball. So I'm pretty sure people was doubting him this whole way. And I'm pretty sure that he would use something like that to motivate him. You know what I'm saying? Ava Torres said Cuevas was a welterweight champ in the 70s until he met a Motor City Cobra, retired 35 wins, 15 losses with 31 knockouts. He can punch. Neutral Natural said Wilder's going to make Ortiz do a somersault on the canvas in 4 rounds. Ava Torres said, I like Canelo, but he couldn't keep up with De La Hoya 154 from early 2000, especially when he had Floyd Sr. in his corner. Man, had him out there doing a shoulder roll, looking slick and looking smooth on them boys. You know what I'm saying? David the Real Thomas said everybody should be behind the U.S. heavyweight champion. Hell yeah, man. Especially the type of guy that Wilder is. I mean, he might sound crazy, but he kind of remind me of like an Ali type person. If Wilder fought back in them days and they told him, hey, either go to the Vietnam War or you're going to lose your belts, I think Wilder could have made that decision not to go and say, fuck y'all. I think he could have done that, man. I think he's a stand-up guy. I think he got into boxing for the right reasons, and he represents what's good in boxing, man. I got a lot of love for Deontay Wilder. Lala D said, that's true. I said something true, goddamn me. Lala D said, look at Charlo's knockouts. Those 4 knockouts be ugly. Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, though, I think J-Rock might have gotten knocked down and he fell forward and got up. He might have. I think he did, as a matter of fact. I think they just showed the type of toughness and shit that J-Rock got off of him, man. Even when fighters get their ass knocked out, man, you can see a little something. Like when Erickson Lubin got knocked out by Jamel, you can see him trying to get up, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? His first instinct was to try to get up. He wasn't successful, but yeah, you know, he had that desire. Ava Torres said Spence definitely didn't like hearing Roy Jones Jr. say he hasn't been tested. Yeah, okay. And I'm pretty sure Roy Jones is a fighter that he looked up to growing up too. Ava Torres said for real, and now all the belts are in the United States. David the Real Thomas said, how long are heavyweights been quiet? Since the Klitschko reign, right? How long got heavyweights been quiet? The motherfucker been quiet,
Yep.
man. But besides Wilder, that's a motherfucker.
Hey Trey. Hey, and I know this cat did beat the count, but it surprised me, bruh, that Dominic Brazil was able to get up at all after that shot he took from Wilder, man. I literally thought he was dead. I mean, like lights out, control alt delete reboot. I thought he was done, but he didn't beat the count, but he got up, and I was like, damn, he was gonna fall down once he got back up because the ref had to hold him and keep him from falling backwards. But he got up, and I was like, damn, nigga, that takes some cojones to get hit with something like that, and then say, all right, man, I got to get back up on my feet.
Yeah. Lala D said, then Sugar Ray Leonard, the informant, talking shit about Spence. Yeah, that's something else that like the day and age that we live in. You got this social media, got this internet. Anytime somebody say something, it goes all around the world instantly. You know what I'm saying? And people over there telling you and shit. The older fighters didn't have to go through all of that. But I will say somebody like Ali and different fighters, they didn't like when motherfuckers talking shit. You better not call that boy Clay. Get in there and beat the brakes off your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying?
Salute, fam.
Even fighters like Joe Louis was talking down on Ali back in the day, talking about how Ali should have went to the war and fought for his country and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure it's like a balance of both. It motivates them a little bit and it probably also pisses them off. You know what I'm saying? Lala D said Wilder brought that baby home. Gia. David the Real Time said drooling over a UK fighter in a mental coke head. Mental, goddamn. Abel Torres said Shannon Briggs was the last one. You talking about the last American heavyweight to do something? Robert Stewart, what's up, bro? What's up to the boxing fan? Goddamn, what's going down with you? Derek Bailey say facts. I done said something. Abel Torres said, yeah, you see that fastest knockout from the UFC? That boy definitely looked dead. They rolled him over and his legs stayed stiff. No, I ain't seen that shit.
Yeah, that was a knee or something, wasn't it? Killed that boy. McIntyre won. Salute, fam.
Yeah, man. He caught that boy with a flying knee. 5 seconds into the first round.
That dude was talking crap too.
Yeah, he was.
Got put to sleep. Looked like he was dead.
Hey, I got a confession to make, man. I'm a closet Amanda Nunes fan. I ain't gonna lie, man. I love watching Amanda Nunes in the UFC, man. She ain't really doing a lot of wrestling. She will get on the ground a little bit, but she be throwing the motherfucking hands in that goddamn cage, man. I love watching Amanda Nunes, man. She can fight.
Well, your girl just came away with the W over Holly Holmes here.
Yeah, I know she went out there and did that shit. Yeah, she that chick. Goddamn, she a motherfucker. Hey, she beat the brakes off Cyborg with that dropping her funk ass. And then the way she did around the Rousey, man, that's what really made me like her, man. She was putting them goddamn bees on her motherfucking ass. Man, I swear to God. What you better say, bro?
Man, Eric Dickens, salute.
Salute.
No, I was laughing at you because she kicked her in the face, huh?
No, Holly Holmes is the one that kicked Ronda Rousey in the face. Amanda Nunes just put them beats on her. Bop, 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 bop. I'm talking about she hit the girl, bounced off the cage, and Holly Holmes, not Holly Holmes, but Rousey hit the cage and bounced back and took another right hand. The ref was like, oh no, I gotta call it off, man. Hey, she got the brakes beat off fucking with that girl.
Hey, Nunes and Holmes just fought on the Jones card.
Yeah, that was like this past weekend or the weekend before last or some shit like that.
Yeah, that was this past weekend.
I think she finished her with a kick to the head or something.
Oh yeah, I did. I think I did hear somebody say that she finished her with a kick. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I ain't see it though.
That one kind of had me feeling some kind of way, man, because I turned into a Holly Holmes fan since she took out Ronda Rousey, so I was kind of riding with her, man. I'm for everybody out there. This is a disclaimer. I am a MMA casual. I ain't no hardcore, so I don't know all the ins and outs. But when I saw Holly Holmes put them things on Ronda Rousey, I became a fan. So when I heard those two were fighting, I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm riding with Ronda. I mean, with Holly. And I heard my girl just got the brakes beat off of her. I was like, oh well.
Y'all old heads ain't fooling nobody, man. We know y'all like looking at Holly Holmes with a little fat little booty in them boy shorts and shit, man. Y'all ain't fooling nobody, man. Macadam one, nice. Salute to the block. Macadam one, salute to the block. Y'all still rolling. Yeah, we ain't gonna be here much longer, man. We gonna get our goat smelling asses up out of here and shit. I wanted to go to the store and I done missed the opportunity. That motherfucker about to close, so I guess I'm out of there. David the Real Thomas said they all want to train AJ to fight who, goddamn. We're gonna see if he can get through Ruiz, man. The Boxing Creed says she a beast. He must be talking about Amanda Nunes. Abel Torres said, yeah, flying knee was Masterval versus Ben Askren. Okay, I'm gonna check that shit out. Abel Torres said Amanda Nunes is ice, not ice cold, but chilly. She is ice, goddamn. Yeah. Robert Stewart said Nunes equal the greatest woman of all time in that UFC shit. Eric Jenkins said Nunes put serious hands on Rousey. Serious hands, huh, man? Happy to say Holly is old. had a good career in both boxing and MMA for sure. Reese Mack said Nunez was just smacking Rousey around as if Rousey beat up her little brother. So that was the end of Rousey in the UFC. Man, that shit was pitiful. I swear, whenever I'm feeling bad, I need a little pick me up. Goddamn, I'm gonna go check that shit out. Goddamn me, Rodney talking about somebody said something about Cobb. Man, don't come in with that bullshit, bro. I ain't even in the mood for that shit. Get your ghost smelling asshole up out of here with that shit, boy. Knock it down one. 88 Sports Talk said when Nunez beat that grown ass man, Cyborg, the actual female beat Nunez. Yeah, Lala, you don't call that motherfucker sexy. That's goat smelling Rodney. Goat smelling Rodney. Get your goat smelling ass up out of here with that shit, man. I ain't about to
Good with it,
Rodney.
Rodney. Man. with your
What's wrong with you, Rodney?
That nigga weird. That nigga come up here with some crazy.
Yeah, real for real, man. Hey, man, it's midnight.
No more, man.
Yeah, it's midnight. My goddamn back and started locking up on me, man. So y'all want to go ahead and shut it down?
Yeah.
All right, man. Definitely appreciate everybody coming through this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with us on the little Tuesday night shit. We normally be doing Trivia Tuesday, but we just had this big ass trivia tournament with over 100 questions in that motherfucker. So we decided to do a little something different on this. You know what I'm saying? But come through and fuck with us, man. We probably do another live stream on Thursday. If not, y'all come through and fuck with us on Friday and Saturday, man. We call these fights. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if we call the fights on Friday, we ain't gonna do a live stream on Thursday. But if we don't call the fights on Friday, we'll do a live stream on Thursday and then come back on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Hey, Rough Ass, you want to say something?
Yeah, man, I'll go ahead and get my last. Hey, appreciate y'all for letting me on. Once again, it's always a good time rocking out with the corner. You know what I'm saying? BLOCKFAM. Everybody, do me a favor, smash that like button on the way out the door if you haven't done it. You know, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, get your gym membership. And hey, make sure y'all rocking out with us here on the corner, man. It's coming weekend, man. We call it next set of fights, man. Or should I say when Trey and Marlo call the next set of fights, and I'm just kind of talking in between rounds. But y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Rough House Boxing TV. And man, y'all make sure y'all stop by the house. Just remember to wipe your feet and close the door behind you. We out.
Real
talk. Hey, appreciate all y'all, man. It's always fun, man. We have to come through and check up, do our little weekly thing, man. Keep up with the fam, man. See what's going on in this boxing world. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. And we'll see y'all on the next one. But until then, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. Get the fuck out of my gym.
You heard them.
Gia.